Hello and welcome to YASSERTV. Welcome back to the channel, people. And yeah, I'm back, man. Obviously, I didn't have a stream yesterday. I don't think I did anything yesterday. I didn't even drop the video, bro. I think I dropped the video the day before. Yeah, the Hato video. Yeah, man. We're back. Back for another video. Well, man said another video. Another live. You can tell, man, I'm tired, bro. Long day today. Big up the chat, like always. Do you know what I mean? Big up everyone that's tuned in. Big up to obviously Michael's happy with his little signing. I don't know who that is, but either way, thank you for you know what I'm saying. Thank you for whoever that guy was again. What was his name? Hato. Do you know what I mean? You can have your little Oscar glow. I don't know who that is, bro. Do you know what I mean? But you man would develop him either way. You know what I mean? Big up Taki. Yeah, hopefully you will. Big up my guy TTM. Do you know what I mean? Big up, bro. What's going on here, man? One sec. Hold up. The chat not showing no more. You know what I mean? What's going on with this, bro? Okay, back. So why is it not showing TTMs on? Okay, cool. We're back. I don't know what's going on. Big up my guy Wub Sports in the building, Joey. Hope you're well, my bro. Make sure you're subscribing to Wub Sports. That's my guy. Let's see. You know TTM's happy, you know, all the Isak news and that. This Craig Ho brother is contradicting himself because 1 minute he said Liverpool are preparing a bid, but then 10 minutes after he said that Liverpool are not going to bid. Hey, listen, bro. I know about Ajax, innit? I think they're a Jewish club anyway, so I don't know how it's gonna be over there when he goes, because I'm pretty sure I heard Devontae speaking about it. I don't mind, but uh, it's Ajax, innit? That's what they do, bro. That's what they do. Let me remove the social thing because I don't need it. I'll just put the ticker. Yeah. I'm good, bro. I'm good. Do you know what I'm saying? The only thing I'm not really happy about is the potential the massive Gyökeres, not Garnacho thing. Obviously, I don't want that to happen, innit? Obviously. But yeah. No, Ajax, bro. Ajax is they have some Jewish history, bro. They do. They actually do. Let me see if I can put it up on the screen. Actually, yeah, here we go, bro. The Ajax Football Club in Melbourne and the Ajax Club in Amsterdam both have strong associations with Jewish identity, though they are distinct entities. So I think they're separate. Um, in Amsterdam, it is just more complex, stemming from the club's association in a neighborhood with a large Jewish population before World War II. Yeah, so basically, there was a lot of Jewish people that lived there back in the day. So if I go down, it says, yeah, it's near Amsterdam's Jewish quarter. So yeah, the club had Jewish players and managers during its golden age in the 1960s and 70s. And what else was it? Some supporters identify with the club's Jewish history and some don't. But basically, they don't necessarily have links with the actual club, but it's just with the thing. But it's just one of those things, isn't it? I don't exactly know how it works, but I used to hear it when I was in Holland, but I never really knew exactly what. I was too young to know why they used to say whatever they used to say about them, innit? But listen, is what it is. I'll be real. I wouldn't have minded Isak to go there. To be honest, me neither. But then again, I just didn't want them. Not now, innit? I didn't want their whole dominance to be now, bro. Just as we're getting there, we potentially could win. I wanted this title race to be a little bit open in it, like a bit for everyone to have a run. I wanted Chelsea to have a good chance in it. But yeah, man, let's see. Yeah, TTM was shocked, bro. And then Joey thought the same. He was like, I was talking about the player, not the club. Um, yeah. Big up Yash, man. I hope you're doing well, bro. Big up to you, man. Yeah, I know there's a lot of Dutch Jewish people, but when they're specifically in that area, it's a bit different, isn't it? It's probably just like Hotspurs, and there's exactly it's a little bit, but I don't think their boards and that are specifically like Jews, in it. Just got home from work, need to put 60 hours a week for the rest of the year to get promotion. Early 2026, been too busy. Nice to hear it, man. Usually when you're busy, you're doing things, innit? Sometimes you'd rather be busy than just sit at home, man. Now I hear it, you man got a dog in the race. We're chilling in the grave with Amarim. Oh, bro, this Amarim guy. Oh, you know what it is, yeah? I don't know what he's trying to do. I do not know what he's trying to do. And I know some people already I said thank you, I need the rupees. Yeah, you need to stop spending your money on the super chats, bro. You know what I mean? On YouTube. Save the money. Save the money, bro. Nah, big up to you, bro. Let me go to Twitter real quick. I can't call it X, bro. Let me go to X. That's not what I say. You just gotta say Twitter, bro. Low key though. Low key. Maybe Mike's hit them with the little. Mike's might have hit them with the little. The mics. What's it called? What do we call it again? The little mics judge, innit? I think it happened, bro. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. One sec. I think Warrior. Big up to Warrior, my guy. He tweeted it earlier, yeah. And I think. Let me see if I can find it. I reckon, yeah. I'm telling you, I reckon Mike's hit them with a little curse, bro. Do you know what I mean? They thought, you know what I'm saying? He's been saying that they weren't getting Isak. Now, somehow it might be right. You know what I mean? It might be right. But let's look at it this way though. If I go to actually, if we're gonna be honest and go to the news here, I don't know where I was. Yeah. Ben Jacobs tweeted, didn't it? Liverpool exclusive. Liverpool have no plans as it stands to bid again for Alexander Isak. Yeah. Let me do it like this. Where is this? Where is it? Yeah. Nature of Newcastle's rebuttal means Liverpool will not follow up with a second offer, regarded as futile or futile, I don't know, unless Newcastle change their stance and contact Liverpool. Offer rejected was 110 million. Terms with Isak not a problem. This is crazy. You know why though? But you see me, I read into this, yeah. You have to be able to read in between the lines. Because this is the problem with these things, yeah. Look at this. They have no plans to, what's it called, as it stands, to bid again. That's calm. So they're basically saying, yo, we're not bidding again, innit? Big up Elijah, my brother, bro. Nature of it says the nature of Newcastle's rebuttal. Brother, these man told them, over here, lad. Go over there. That's what he told them. We're not selling him. That's crazy. The Newcastle done that to them and they thought, nah, we're not going, bro. You know what I mean? We're not going. Big up Saeed, my brother, my brother Saeed. Yeah, man, listen. This is crazy, yo. Newcastle said, go over there. Over there. About 110 million. Disrespect. So I think I think, yeah, that it's mad, you know. That was exactly if it was one of our players and man tried to bid, but obviously there's nothing that we can do about that, innit? There's nothing we can really do about that. This is the thing people don't understand, bro. Arabs take like honor and like these kind of things serious, bro. They would they would they if they take disrespect and all these things way too serious. If you, for whatever reason, yeah, if they get annoyed at you, what they end up doing is they would rather not sell the player or would rather wait and give him to you for free than sell him to you right now. That's what they're on. That's what they're on. Do you know what I mean? Ah, look at this guy, bro. Allow us, bro. I got enough pain of this move in it. I don't. You see, the only cope that I can put in this is I know that if he comes in, he's so rubbish. We'll sell him in next year for like 60 million, and inshallah by then, yeah, inshallah by then, yeah, Arsenal would probably be in like phase 8, and then we can sell him to you, man, for 80 million or 60 million, whatever, maybe 60, maybe 70 million, yeah, and then we're good. This is the thing, TK. You control me as much as you like, but you don't know that the Dodds, we have a place to put them, and La Basora, whatever Lee calls it, like in the bin. Yeah, and that's Arsenal. That's where we put them. So when we buy Dodds, you shouldn't be celebrating, because that could mean that it's coming to you. Do you know what I mean? You shouldn't be celebrating. But going back to it though, man said, "Hey, hey, bro, Mount for Nacho, we're even." You're thinking about it. Listen, if I had I said this in January because a lot of you weren't subbed in January by then, yeah. And I'm telling you, I was saying we needed a striker so badly. I was telling man, yo, just go get Liam Delap. I don't care if it's 35 million, pay 40 million and get him, like whatever. And then, because both of them went, and then obviously the end Jackson and whatever his name is, Gil both got injured in deadline day, yeah. And it was so ironic. But the funny thing is, I said when we started to get linked to Garnacho, I said, I'd rather have no signing. And it'll be a 10 out of 10 window for me if you don't bring Garnacho. The worst thing is, I just kept saying, I want Chelsea, bro. But we don't want you. Why do you want to come over here? Isak wants Liverpool. Liverpool want Isak. That makes sense, innit? We don't want you, but you want us. So what? How about you pay your own transfer fee then, bro? Do you know what I mean? Annoying, bro. So annoying. He is probably one of the worst left wingers I've ever seen. You know, you watch him and then he's paired with the worst striker I've ever seen in this league. Bro, that's crazy, bro. At least them other strikers were like, bro, I would have taken Sancho, bro. I said as soon as when he played the final, I said, please stay. You know what I'm saying? Please stay. When he started looking at the window, and a lot of you that are in the chat probably support a team that's looking for a left winger, yeah? It goes from like Rodrigo, Leao, and then a couple of other players, bro. And then it's all like players that are down below. So I was thinking, or like a project left winger or something like that, innit? So I was thinking, fair, just give Sancho the money. And as much as people troll him, yeah, Sancho's actually a very good player, bro. The only issue was that obviously United's Cheney was a bit weird, innit? But then again, he's a similar player like a Memphis where they went to a club that don't play their kind of football, or they went there too early, or whatever it is, innit? Like that kind of thing. It's a bit more semantics. The problem with United is that because you like play so much transitional football, you seem to buy players that have big names, but you don't always look at their profiles, innit? And then they come in, they flop. Xerxes should have never gone to United, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Anthony, and who else? Anthony, what's the other guy's name? Donny van de Beek. Bro, these are two players. They thought, you know what? Yeah, Ten Hag will probably sort us out. We're going to someone that knows us. And man went and played completely different football that they used to. Van de Beek barely ever got a chance. Then he got injured as well. That's a different story. But it's like, dead. Yeah, dead. Like, man just threw them under the bus. And I'm thinking, these are your peoples, like, as in, you were with them recently, so like, what's going on here? You get me? So he's done Anthony dirty. You get me? Because if you knew that that's not the kind of, why are you bringing him over there? Why are you bringing him at United if you don't think that he would suit your system? It don't work. Donny, even TK will tell you, bro. Donny van de Beek was adored by Ajax fans, bro. Because I remember seeing this video where he had a season ticket seat, whatever, in the stand. He was going there since he was a kid, and he ended up being in the academy playing for the club. Obviously, he left. Bro, these man, when he signed for United, when he went to say good, there was a whole crowd of people there, fully like with flares and not telling him goodbye. Like he was some goat. He was some goat there, just everything. And now it makes sense because even TTM is in the chat. I don't know who Yash supports. I'm pretty sure he's a United fan. If I'm wrong, my bad, yeah. But you lot have issues with your whole like injury, whatever, what do they call them, the physiotherapists and all that, the medical team, yeah. Because that who's that ex-United player, bro? Yeah, Yash is United, isn't it? Because there's that ex-player Xavi or something suing you, man, about the whole medical stuff. Like, it don't make sense. Exactly. I know his injury was bad, yeah, but there's players that are suing you, man. That gives you an idea that it's possible that something was going on over there. And you see it with Martial. He left and he was fit. And I was like, what? What happened to him? Why is he always fit? Sometimes it's also the type of football that you play. But this is what I'm saying. I think the only way I can see Garnacho coming to our club, yeah, I'm sorry I pivoted again because I just read the Real Kings thing, yeah. Like, the only thing we get him is, bro, it's on our terms, bro. And the way I'm looking at it is that I heard the Amarim thing when Amarim was saying, like, if we don't get the price that we want for them, we're not selling them, yeah. They're coming back to trading. Like Sancho, him and Anthony, yeah. I hope so, innit? Just send them back to training, bro. Like, 30 million, because this is the thing. The negatives are, if he comes to Chelsea, he's not wanted. If he comes to Chelsea, there's a strong possibility that he might ruin the whole like vibe and everything, whatever. I'm not talking about all happiness and that. I just think he don't suit the squad that we have in it. He's weird, like he's a weird character, fam. You get me? He might be chilling with like Enzo and the man them that speak Spanish and or Argentinian and that. He might chill with them in it. But it's like he's not someone, because remember, he thinks he's way better than he actually is. Yeah, and I don't want him to disrupt the whole thing in it. I don't want him to disrupt what we have right now. It took us a while to get to this level, innit? You get me? Mudryk, bro. Bring back Mudryk, man. Bring back Mudryk. You get me? It's annoying, bro. So, leaked lineups. He thinks he's running, but he's not running anything, bro. Like, he thinks he's running stuff and whatever. Like, he's not. The only thing he's good at is that he runs, bro. No. Mudryk's not worse than Garnacho, bro. Nah. He's not worse than Garnacho. There's no way, fam. You get me? At least Mudryk knew how to dribble. His shooting was either on or off. There was like not really anything in between. Mudryk's thing was peak. Because Mudryk's thing, he came in, yeah, played against Milner, whatever. What was it, Milner? Yeah, I think cooked Milner. And then he got put on the bench. Then he left. Then he got left on the, what's it called? On that, because remember, that's the time we had all those players, yeah. Potter left him on the bench. Lampard came, never played him. Yeah. He started coming off on and off. So, like, for a player his age, I think coming in, his family's in a different country, still in Ukraine. He's just come from a country that has a war, whatever. Now he's to come into the Premier League. He's trying to settle. We're throwing these man on. He's only got like 30 professional games in his career when we bought him for that amount of money. You get me? Then, yeah. They were saying his age or whatever. I was like, cool, whatever. But this is the thing. You can't argue it. Cool, the guy he's skinning is old. But it's like, what do you want me to say? Like, this is the fullback he's facing right now. Let's see what he does against other fullbacks. That's the kind of energy that you have to look at it with, innit? And with these younger players that you bring in here, you give them a couple of years and they have to show improvement or do something. Otherwise, you move them on, innit? And we weren't fighting for league titles or top fours and that for us to say, no, 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 I want Rodrigo to play on my left winger. Like, when you're in that position, you have to do something to get back to the top, innit? And it's not necessarily multiple phases and that, but you know, you got to do it's kind of step by step, because if you build properly, you get to actually stay there. So for me, Mudryk came in. Lampard never played him because that's we had that extra, like that big squad. So it was Sterling and that playing. He was trying to play them, and we were kind of low in the league, so there's no point playing younger players and that. So I was like, cool, I hear it. Then Poch came. Poch started playing him on the left and Madueke on the right. When they were playing well, he would bench them, and then when they were playing crap, they'll play the next game. It didn't make sense because usually when you play well, you get another chance. You can build momentum, and he's a momentum player, like confidence, momentum type player, innit? He would bag and then hold bench, and you think, oh, now he has to start again. So I think, and he was not playing it, bro. It was mad. How do you have someone like Mudryk and you don't play him as a touchline winger? You play him as like an inside, like he was playing in the half spaces. Someone would cross the ball in, yeah, onto the left wing, and he's not standing by the touchline with the space. He's standing where the half space is. A man's just telling him, Poch telling him this, bro. I'm thinking, yeah, we're doomed. This is the season, last season, where the first season where Mudryk actually got coached. He was getting coached. He was getting minutes under his belt, actually playing, obviously, his Conference League, but he got to play the minutes. And this is where the whole man saying, bring my Ukrainian Conference League Ribery. He was cooking over there, and he was getting the minutes under his belt, and he was getting better and better. And then he had started to link up with players and that. I was like, okay, cool. We can see something here. Hopefully it starts to get better. And it actually was. And then boom, he got hit with the whole whatever happened, innit? This is why my energy towards Mudryk is not this. It's not the same. Like, it's not the same because I can when you actually check it, he's never actually got proper, like, a proper running. He never, bro. He did 2 games here, dash out. 2 games here, 1 game back to back, dash out. But every time he played Conference League, he was one of our dangerous players. And with that pace that he has, bro, he showed it in that exactly. He never, every time he got some momentum, TTM, he was getting dropped. Like, if I'm putting agendas aside, or I don't like how he looks, he got a butterfly tattoo, all of the banter, yeah? Every time, because we finally got something, and Dave will tell you, we finally got a manager that coached. Because when we had Potter, he tried to do things, never worked. The only thing that worked at the time, yeah, was Enzo's link up with João Felix when he played. That kind of worked. Do you know what I mean? Besides that, nothing really worked with conceding goals left, right, and centre. Doomed. When we finally got a manager that was coaching the players, and that's what you need with younger players. You need them to coach, bro. Because when you have experience of players and they have the ability and everything, the know-how, you just gotta give them instructions. They will do the rest for you. You get me? That's what a system is. You give them instructions. Some are more than others, innit? You get me? But this is the word. This, you can't give young players just no instructions. Just go out there and ball out. And then, bro, that's what he was doing. Go out there and ball out. And that's how you get the hesitant football, where players don't know what other players are gonna be yet. Is he gonna make the overlap? Is he gonna make that run? Am I gonna pass it? Nah, you know what? Change my mind. You just see everyone pass back. And you're there screaming at the TV, pass it to him. He never really got a lot of minutes. Garnacho also, you could say, also, yeah, okay, cool. Garnacho also probably never have been coached or whatever. I hear it, innit? But the thing is with Garnacho, this is the thing. You can tell when a player has the quality, but maybe not the IQ. But IQ, you can always kind of learn that, innit? Over time, as human beings, we soak information, innit? So the more you play, the more you learn, the better you get. But then it's footballing ability. Now, as an athlete, Mudryk's good. He has the athletics, like all those attributes. So we can't say he's a winger, but he's slow. Or he's a winger, he ain't got feet. He had all of that. He just had to put them all together. That's all he really needed to do. And if he practices shooting and that, we'd be chilling. But we got doomed, innit, on that one. So whatever, innit. But this is the thing. Garnacho, bro, is like it's a pain to watch. Pain to watch. The only thing that he can do well is when he does those runs from like one side of the pitch to the other. He'll slide, tackle, get the ball, or he gets the pass and he'll run. But then he's one of them guys here that sprints or runs here, and he's looking at his shoelaces, bro, when he runs. Don't look at your shoelaces, bro. Look forward, look up. And then all he knows is he'll run, stop, fake shot, shoot, corner flag, let's go. Let's go back. He wasted the chance. There was all these people that were making runs. He never passed the ball to them. And then he just trips over the ball. It's like his brain and his feet are never in sync. That's what Garnacho gives me. And then my issue with him as well is that because he thinks he's so good, but he's actually here, but he thinks he's this good. It doesn't match, because if you think your ability is good but it's not good, yeah, that's when you get into arguments. Why didn't he pass me the ball? I want to pass you the ball. And I don't need that kind of thing there. At least with Jackson, yeah, people don't understand, but with Jackson, he can hold up the ball. He makes all the runs when it comes to like link up play, runs, whatever. Our issues with him are just the runs in the box. Like when he's just, that just outside of the box, making the right runs or stretching the defense. That's the bit where he's not really that good. But when it comes to actually link up play, making runs like a bit further forward for the opposition, like so basically in the middle of the pitch, he'll do his thing, innit? Our issue's always been finishing. He can't head the ball and he struggles to finish, or his finishing are way too inconsistent. And if he plays football, or specifically if he played up front, you know that his finishing is off. Like the way he sets himself up to shoot, or if a ball's coming towards him, he doesn't know how to set his body up to have the shot. Does that make sense? And this is where I think him as a player, if he goes and has more consistent minutes somewhere else, under a different coach, he might be a starter, he can do his thing, he can do well. I think he could do well. Like, not now, in the next few years. Another thing with Jackson is, and I told this before, so some of you will be like, you've already said this, but he's coming to like not just professional football, but also European kind of football and that later on in his career. So I think the person who's given him a chance was Unai Emery at Villarreal. So he's basically learning later on. Like, he hasn't got all the knowledge, like academy football and all that most of those other players have from early. He started to get it a bit later on in his career, which also means that, is a bit off for him, innit? This is why he might potentially learn it later, and his thing might click later on. But this is why we're not really that annoyed about Jackson. I just don't want to sell him to United, because I think if he stays there for a couple of years, he can do well. I think he could still do well. I just don't think he could do well right now. And I don't think he can be Chelsea's number 1 or number 2. You know what I'm saying? We've already covered those positions, so I don't necessarily, unless he wants to be number 3, I'm fine with that. Do you know what I mean? But the way people are saying Jackson's a bum, that's a bit mad. The thing I don't like about him recently is when he started to lose his head, no concentration, all of his red cards and that. I don't need any of that rubbish, innit? Personally, I don't need that. Jackson relies on Snow Bunny. Yeah, but there's only so much Snow Bunnies you can go through for your confidence to stay up. You can only really get away with that when the rest of the team is settled and focused. Exactly. Foden's another one, bro. Foden's actually, he has the attributes, innit? He has everything. He also, like you said, don't always play that much, but he has to ball out when Pep wants him to ball out. As in, when he comes on, this is your job, do it. In those title runs that City always have, they need those players to cook now. Like, remember, Mahrez used to sit on the bench. Later on, boom, you get another player. Later on, like, okay, Mahrez is on the bench. Some Foden's playing beginning of the season. Mahrez sits on the bench. But when Foden's sitting in the bench at the end of the season, Mahrez knows he has to cook. That's his job for that part of the season. That's what they do, bro. Yeah, bro. Listen, Cucurella will look worse, because now, who's gonna help him when he comes to track back and that? You see me, I'm not annoyed about Gittins. I like Gittins. I think, from what I've seen from him, he's one of those players that does a couple step overs, and then whichever direction he ends up turning, he takes the shot straight away. So like, he's not one of those players that overthinks it. And sometimes if you're gonna have a direct winger, you need that to go with it. Do you know what I mean? I don't want a direct winger that changes his mind, bro. And that's a problem. Yeah, we need players that either pull the trigger early or put the ball in the box quick. And if he can improve slightly while he's here, because this is the thing, when you have systems, you want players to do their certain roles and the thing. So he might not be world class or good or this or that. As long as he can do that job we need on the left done, then he can improve while he's actually contributing to us to the system, bro. Big up Don C, my brother. Hope you're doing well. Do you know what I mean? You had a nice another trophy lost against Tottenham yesterday, mate. Winning a trophy is not for everyone, bro. Pre-season or not. Do you know what I mean? To be honest, I don't think we're getting up Garnacho. Inshallah, bro. I'm praying. I've been praying every day, man. I've been asking my mom to pray. Everyone, my friends pray, man. I don't want Garnacho, profit or not. We made enough. I think we made 160 million already this transfer window from sales, yeah? I don't need any of that, bro. Crazy. Big up Abdimas, man. Hope you're doing well, bro. Crazy, crazy. How did they reject 110? Do you think Liverpool always wanted 150 now? They're asking 150. Oh, you mean Newcastle always wanted 150? Yeah, man. I think they do. Man, do you think Newcastle? Yeah, man. And also, they think that they're probably looking at it as well that it's disrespectful, yeah, that they bidded before they managed to get the replacement in. Like, think about it like that, because that's a lot of thing that a lot of people are not thinking about. They've bidded before they've managed to get the replacement. They could have waited slightly, and then when they got the replacement, but if let's say they got a Sesko in, for example, yeah, and then bidded, we would be like, cool, you bidded now, and maybe let's think about it, whatever. When Mumsy rings, you always have to pick up. Do you know what I mean? Stream or not? Do you know what I mean? Stream or not? Man, do you think Newcastle? Yeah. So I think part of it is that they feel disrespected that they've bidded, yeah. And on top of that, 110 when you always knew it was 150. If you want that player that much, yeah, put the money, bro. Just put the money. Even if maybe 130, everyone keeps saying that 130, 135 was what they'll, like 130 with like 5 million add-ons, or maybe that's going to be the deal. You didn't even put that. Now, part of it as well is negotiation tactics. You'll probably be like, you probably put less money down or start low and then try, bid more and more. But they're saying that Newcastle done this one, yeah. Newcastle done this one, yeah. And then they decided, you know what, yeah, this is gonna be too much headache to deal with. So they ended up walking away. They don't need them like that anyway. But it's good to have an Isak if you want to dominate and everything, yeah. But they've already gone and got Eketike. And now they're trying to get Jackson. But sorry, thingy. Now for us, we can, if sell him Jackson, I mean, if you still want Jackson, we can give you Jackson. You know what I mean? You can get Jackson. You have a few options here, and I know my owners negotiate. And we can do the negotiation. Big up Ravi. Hope you're doing well, bro. TK, but I just can't believe you didn't buy Osherman. He fits you like a glove. I mean, it's good for you, because I know obviously you support Galatasaray as well. So you know that with Galatasaray, I think he already suited them. You know what it is with Osherman? There's too much headache with Osherman, bro. One thing is I always look at, when a striker is wanted, everyone wants him, bro. You get me? Really and truly, if the Isak thing happened earlier, there's a big chance, and I know that Abdimas and all the other Chelsea fans in the chat will tell you, we inquired about him last season before we went to Duran and all these people. Remember, or this year, last season, or this whatever that season, yeah? when we got João Pedro and around that time, innit? And they told us he's 150 million. We were like, nah, okay, cool. We'll say, cool. Like if he was available and we didn't buy any of those Delaps and that, I have a feeling that we would have gone in for him still. But after getting those two players, it just doesn't make sense to do it. But with Usherman, no one seems to want to bid for him. Only one club, and man, you lot seen how the way they what's it called? Even you know, TK, you've seen how they were dealing with you, like with Napoli and that. So I don't know if people didn't want to deal with Napoli or whatever, but and I don't know. There's something about Osimhen. I always felt like he was a good goal scorer, yeah, but then had those things where he would miss mad sitters, Jackson type sitters. Even though a lot of strikers miss sitters because they get so many chances, they will always miss sitters. So it's kind of I hear that in it, but my thing was I couldn't see like what else he done. I couldn't see trampoline for you know see me. I don't know. Recently, I haven't been. I can't deal with like strikers that can't provide you anything if they are not playing up front. If man just sits up front and it's just another body up top. You know when you play FIFA, yeah, and there's like your striker gets a red card, and you go to your team lineup, he's still there, but he has the red card. Yeah, but on the pitch, you don't obviously not gonna have him, but he's always on that list. That's how it feels like. If you have a player that had 0 touches on the ball, and that's what ends up happening. Your player is just there, but he barely have touch, which happened kind of yesterday with Gyökeres, and that's what we were telling them about them. This is one of the reasons why you might see him start playing Havertz more, because he might he might tick a little bit more, because that's the way they play. But I do think that we could have taken a punt on him though. We could have taken a punt on that on Osimhen, and it probably could have worked. Because we cross so much, which I kind of go with though. I hear that because it's true that we cross the ball so much, so we probably should have done that. You know what I mean? Let me go through the chat. Question: honest opinion, thoughts on what you will win with the squad come end of the season? Bro, I want to go for one of the domestic cups. Definitely top 3 in the top 3. You know what I mean? Go make sure like title run, title charge. Sorry, preferably like listen 6 points or like whatever, like that close. Like I have to be that close at the end of the season. Like, obviously I want to win it, but if I don't win it, like I want to be very close to winning the league and the Champions League run. The problem is I'm not gonna give you no specific place I want to finish Champions League, bro. I want to win the Champions League because my club is one of those clubs where we do well in competitions, and obviously it's the first year being back, but in a while. But at the same time, it's a competition, and my team usually does well in competitions, bro. Even on the pitch, Lampard and that, we were always like in those. We got to all those finals against Liverpool. Remember FA Cup and Carabao Cup. Even in our bad periods, we were getting there, but we just kept losing to Liverpool, which is obviously a different problem. You know what I mean? But we could have had trophies even in our bad periods coming up. So, nah, the Champions League thing, I'm not going to really talk about that. I just want to, if we can win it, win it. Obviously, you aim to win it, and then we'll see where we end up. But I definitely want to see more silverware next season. And big up to Arsenal Revolution TV, Rashid, my brother, aka Mo Pie. Do you know what I mean? Aka K Coke, whatever they call him. Big up to my guy. Make sure you subscribe to Rashid as well if you're an Arsenal fan. Not sick content over there, man. Of course he does, but our directors, bro, yeah, it's the wage structure as well. I forgot about the wage structure. Yeah. And he was like, nah, I'm not changing my wage structure. This is the thing, though. Isak's different. Isak's willing, for example, to drop his wages, yeah, more time to go to a Liverpool. If they said, yo, listen, we'll spend all that money on you, but we will not pay the wages, we'll pay this much, he'll probably go because he wants to go. That's the difference. See, I knew someone was going to mention it. Yeah. Why do we need Osimhen? Not now. He means we should have got him. Yeah, but you know what it is? Some people are, bro. Some people in this fan base just. This is when last season I was hurt, bro. I was saying our fan base turned into like Our fan base is getting infested by the Arsenal fan base, bro. Because they're moving like them in certain aspects. And this is something we never had before. Like, if a manager ain't good enough, don't tell me give him a season, bro. Do you know what I mean? This is that. So those are the things that annoy you, bro. So I think if he's good enough, he's good enough. But look, if Garnacho comes in, it's got. I'm gonna be honest, yeah. It's gonna be difficult for me to accept it because, bro, I've never rated him. I haven't really cussed him when I was at United. I used to switch the TV off when I watched him in Hoyland play, bro. I can't watch it. If you've kicked ball, it hurts to watch those kind of players, bro. You know what I mean? You can't be. And then if you're bad, innit? Cool, you might not be as good. It is what it is. Bro, I thought I was watching women's football from like 2 years ago before they started balling out recently. I tried watching it before, yeah, and I see the ball like going out for throw-ins. They falling over the ball. I'm like, cool. Obviously, these men ain't been playing football as much as we have, and the training, the levels are all different, innit? But like, you can't tell me I'm a winger for Manchester United. I'm falling over and that. Then I mean, I can't watch that. So now he's at my club. That's gonna hurt. But at the same time, though, I don't know, man. If he comes in, I'm like, cool, innit? Third backup, fourth backup, or like whatever, man. He could be, for me, just make him the human heated seats, bro. He could just sit on all the seats, keep them warm. You know what I mean? Keep them warm for all the players when they come off the bench. Yeah, you pay 30 million for that, calm. But then, obviously, we're gonna end up, if we sell him for a profit, cool. If we buy him for 30 million, and then even, bro, I don't even want him for 10, but let's say we still buy him here. Obviously, it's not in our control. The club buys him, whatever. But if we buy him just to sell him to Arsenal for 50 million, 60 million, amazing. I'll take that. But I just don't want him in our club. In general, I don't want him at my club, regardless. That's what I've been saying, innit? So, I'm with you, bro. That's the one thing that's really annoyed me. There's two things, though. This and Sanchez not leaving, innit? But because Sanchez been performing, I said, you know what, I'll have him as a backup. But I still want a goalkeeper. But it's not that high on my list of priorities to the point where I'm so angry at him. But if you ask me anywhere during the season, if I wanted Sanchez to stay, I would have lost it. But that's because in my mind, I was thinking maybe Petrovic was going to be the starter, yeah? And then he done us dirty. Who's that? Don't see. Hey, listen, man. Man are telling me Arsenal's better than Chelsea and that. Yeah. Bro, I can easily take my bias hat off. Yeah. Put it over here. Yeah, on this side. Yeah. And tell you the truth. If my club, because this is the thing a lot of people don't understand. And Abdi must prime and that here, yeah. The reason we said last season that our club was not going to win the league was because we didn't think they were ready. It's not because we were shook. It's not because we didn't want to be in title conversations, because if you know, our fans love to be in title conversations. Yeah. But the fans wanted, the rival fans wanted to put us there because of money spent. Right? But for some reason, Arsenal fans don't like to give context. They just like to have context. We spend money to make money, innit? Because our club is buying players to flip. So just because I spend money, don't mean, so out of the 2 billion, we made 1 billion. So really, we only spent 1 billion. Net, if you look at it, net. But at the same time, if we thought our team was ready for a title charge last season, we would have said to you, well, we're going for the league, or we're trying to win the league. We don't do this whole thing about lying like, oh, I'm not in a title race, leopard in the tree. We don't do all that. I don't know. So when man are telling me you're not in there, okay, cool. So why would I be lying about Arsenal? Like, it's gonna change my mind. If Arsenal was good enough to win the league, I would tell you they're winning the league. Yeah, there's no chill guys this season, bro. I'm trying to see some trophies this season again. Now I've tasted how it feels like to win trophies again, and I'm, champion in the world and all that. World champion. Big up to all my world champions in the chat. I want to keep going with that. So this whole thing about, oh, we're not in the title race or what, that was that because we actually didn't think we were in the title race. And every stream I was going to, yo, Yasser, listen, Yasser, you're in a title race. Are you in a title race? Tell us, bro, you're in a title race. Now they're saying, well, they should be in a title race because technically they spent all the money, so we need to see them in a title race. I'm like, brother, like, how does that work? There's the must is more on Arsenal to win than it is on us. Even though cool, we spend the money. My manager's in phase 2. Because this whole thing, they're gonna tell but the owners were spending money before that. Some of the players he bought before that. Cool, I hear it. But when we say phase 6 is based on Arteta, on that specific manager. And my manager's in phase 2. So you're gonna keep telling my manager, yeah, to hurry up with this thing. But you're not. That don't make sense. That don't make sense, bro. So, like I'm saying again, yeah, and I'll be honest with you. I want to see trophies this season, innit? So it is what it is. But at the same time, you can't tell me that I've seen enough. I think one of the first seasons I thought maybe Arsenal could play, yo, they're playing this football. But there was a weird feeling about it, bro. Because I remember watching them and thinking, the whole squad's performing. But that doesn't always happen. So if they don't win the league this season, what are the chances of the whole squad performing again? Or overperforming? Because, you know, so all these players, you can have a one good season patch or whatever it was. You know what I mean? So the first, I'm seeing Martinelli cook and I'm thinking, I don't really rate him, but he's doing his thing. Like, I can't say anything about that. You now get into, okay, you need this season. You need this season. You don't improve. You get Havertz. I'm thinking, oh, this is not looking good. And then every season, I'm thinking, why does he keep changing his whole philosophy? But now I've found the difference, yeah? All these other managers, Maresca, he went to Leicester. You know, he done his whole practicing and messing about at other clubs before he's come to our club, yeah? Who's the other guy? Company went to like Belgium, then he went to Burnley, messed about, got relegated. He tried all the systems, he tried all whatever, and then he's kind of realized this is the philosophy I want to go with. Similar to Maresca, this is what I want to do, right? Yeah, how did we go from 20 likes to 19, bro? How does this work, bro? Who unliked the video, bro? It better not be Don C, you know, because Arsenal slander, bro. Man disliked the video. That's it. 20. Good now. You're welcome. You know what I mean? But this is my thing, though, yeah? I was thinking there's something about this team. And every season, yeah, if you lose, it can affect you mentally because you're thinking, bro, we can't reach it. Like, what's going on? How can we not make it? What is it? Like, what's the reason why we can't go over the line? And when I kept hearing all the referees and that, and then obviously you get the behind the scenes of man squeezing lemons or rubbing man, what's it called, the guy pickpocketing it, all of a sudden he started not just pickpocketing their pockets, bro. He started not just pickpocketing their wallets, he started pickpocketing their abilities as well, bro. Do you know what I mean? He started pickpocketing their abilities, bro. And then if you don't buy the players that you need, and this is the thing, yeah, bro, your squad is not as good as you think. Raya Suspectish, yeah, big up to Deji. He's good, but way too weird, like. I'm joking. Come on, don't see. Nah, because I'm pretty sure you're one of the few Arsenal fans in the chat. Do you know what I mean? But listen. Yeah. Big up Dave. And then obviously, your backline, I have no issues with your backline. I still think Miles Lewis Kelly, just play him in the 8, innit? Play him in the left 8. You need the left 8. He's left footed. Xhaka was left footed. I don't know. Try. Just put him in the left 8. He always goes forward anyway. So, like, why don't you just play him in the left 8? Why playing him at, what's it called? Why playing him at left back, bro? And then you got your midfield. The midfield is looking mad. You know what I mean? The midfield looking bad. If you look at the midfield, Declan Rice, man, are rating him way higher than you actually think he is. Declan Rice, you need to put someone else on there. Oh. Big up to Leroy. Man like Leroy Ocares, you know, for the raid. Big up to Lee, man, my brother. Do you know what I mean? Big up the goat for the raid. But yeah, even their depth, you know, even their depth. This is the thing. It's not just that. It's also the depth. It's also the depth. That's one of the major problems that people haven't realized. You should have made the players that are already there the depth, and then you should have bought the right players on top of that. You shouldn't have bought players and then not made them the depth. That's the thing that's important, bro. You need to up it. You know what I mean? You need to up it, bro. So, and because he keeps changing formation, you don't know what you're expecting next season. The striker you bought in is a bagsman, but if he can't provide you what the other strikers that you needed to provide you and his whatever, can he just be isolated? Those are all the worries that I have for them, bro. Big up to Lee, you know. Big up to Lee, my brother, man. Much appreciated, man. Yeah, man, we're on the road to 500. We're almost there. I can't lie. My aim was to get to 500 before the season starts, but we might be able to get there before that. Now, what was I gonna say? So there's a lot of issues, you know, in the team, and I know that the way Arsenal fans are looking at it is, well, we were second, and now we're going from second or third. If we improve in City, there's still questionable things about City. You know what? Maybe this can happen or maybe that can happen. But like I said, if other teams do their thing, it's going to be a problem. I think there will be a problem. So we need to make sure, a lot of you need to make sure that your club, you have to hold that club accountable at this point, bro. Because there's too much that people are getting away with over there. It shouldn't be happening. Big up to Gunnar Lane, you know, my guy. Make sure you subscribe to Gunnar Lane as well, man. Look out for his TikToks, man. Funny. And I mean, he makes the diss tracks that you see on like Northside stream sometimes, and he drops like he goes live as well. So if you want something to watch on TikTok, he's the guy to watch over there, man. Big up to Duke as well, my brother, man. JJ, what are you saying, JJ, man? Hope you well, my bro. Yeah, Leroy Rockers, cause he got the Yokeres trim, bro. He got the Yokeres trim. He had it before Yokeres. Yokeres learned it from him. Gluggon Kelly, his name. Listen, I can't tell you what I used to call him, and some of you know what I call Yokeres, but we might not be doing that right now. Do you know what I mean? We can't be doing that right now. There's 182 in the building, only 38 likes. Come on, people, hit the likes, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subbed to the channel, I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers, or to be honest, I'm trying to get to 1k, but specifically 500 subscribers before the season starts. So just make sure you hit the subscribe button. Do you know what I mean? Hit the likes as well. Let's get to, let's get to 80 likes. 80 likes. You know what I mean? 80 likes. Come on, people. Do you know what I mean? You've said the Rat Army have raided. Do you know what I mean? By the way, if you're not subscribed, I know the thing's on subscriber mode only. You only have to wait 1 minute. I haven't done the whole 5-minute, 10-minute wait. That's a bit mad, innit? Yeah, come on, bro. Duke was, man, still going on about women's football. I can't believe Leroy fought for that. No. Come on, bro. Come on. Anytime. I could see Jokeres being Lee Longsus. It's the Swedish thing. With the Swedish thing. Mutant time me out on Lee's channel for quoting Chaz and Dave. Chaz and Dave. Oh my days, bro. The community is lit, man. The community is lit. Yeah, man. I got Chelsea second with a few more signings. You know what? I think if we get Guehi and a goalkeeper, obviously Simmons looks like it's quite imminent. But if we do that, cooking. Because this is the thing, yeah. A lot of people are like, but how do you think of that? Like, what makes you think that, you know, you're gonna be thereabout? The reason I say that is because I already know what type of football we play. Right? In some ways, you expect a continuation from last season in terms of what football you play to this season, right? If you know what you're going to play, you just need to get those right players in there. That's obviously a different story. The thing is that we don't have Like obviously we just need to plug those holes. What we have so far is alright. We already improved our attack. Do you know what I mean? I wanted Delap, and to be fair, as much as fellow Chelsea fans would be like, "You're crazy. How do you only want Delap or whatever?" Bringing in João Pedro, I thought he could be more of a facilitator for a Delap. It turns out to be better than that. So far from what we've seen, I know it's only the Club World Cup, but we already know how he plays football, innit? So it was actually okay, cool. I can do with this right now. But on top of that, actually, he showed me a better level. He's calm on the ball. He's aggressive in terms of whatever. He looks like a top signing so far. And I've never had to speak about how much money we spent on him, which is actually a good thing as well. So, um, yeah, man. I think with all those additions and an additional 10 to finally have, let's say, backup for Palmer, even though we know Esteval can play the right and the 10. So we have all these things like that makes you think, okay, cool. Our midfield is one of the best, or in England, one of the best, or even the world. So right now it's the world, but you know what I mean. It can compete with any midfield that's out there. So that's where our confidence comes from. It doesn't just come from we won the Club World Cup means we can beat you, whatever. But we also have to be consistent in terms of um in the league, innit? We have to be consistent in the league, but we also have Champions League and that. So this is where we look like we have a big squad. It will help us when it comes to playing Champions League, all the other whatever, and all the other competitions as well. So Chelsea fans are gonna target Cunha and start calling Pedro better, even though he isn't. I won't be able to argue properly because Pedro's season will be better. I know what you mean, but I can't lie to you. Chelsea fans, we don't really get onto other like rival fans players because we have this weird thing called shame, innit? Like if my player is not performing, or if I'm 12, and I've been there by the way. I'm not saying it because you've been low on the table, yeah. I don't know, man. I used to be one of them people where it's like I can't be cussing your player because I'm my player is performing right now, but let me just cuss the guy because his 10 is not performing. We get it all the time by Arsenal fans. Oh, listen though, you, listen though, that guy that you have, Palmer's not better than this guy, and Palmer's not better than that guy. They involve you in conversations without you even wanting to be involved. That's what they do. But at the end of the day, my thing, I care more about what my team does more than I care what other teams do, unless it affects me in terms of the way the team performs and that. So what I mean by that is like, if it's a challenging team, you want to know what they're doing because you want to see what your team does. Man, them used to cry about buying Brighton players, but only one has been meaty for us, which is Sanchez. Yeah, we all the other ones we bought have actually been good. When we deep it, people calling on it. But the thing is, though, Wavy Nanch, we were getting it from our own fan base. Why didn't you just call it Brighton Chelsea? Just Brighton on steroids. They saw Brighton's model and thought, yo, that would look sick, but we do it on steroids. And I hear it. But Mandem used to cry, yeah. Brother, he's better though. Cunha, I don't know. You know what? I would say, yeah. Cunha is actually good, Yeah, I think I've always rated Cunha, but he was rubbish. But then if you remember, if the Chelsea fans in the chat remember, he scored a hat-trick against us at Stamford Bridge. When before that he kept missing, yeah. And then all of a sudden he started to be that guy that can play in the 10, but also play on the left and then play up front, and he can finish now. So sometimes whatever, bro, grow up. Listen, I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe I would just say Pedro because he plays for my team. But I don't know if I would take him over him. I don't know, man. I think maybe Pedro because he's taller. He can score some of the headers that we're crossing, but that's me reaching, bro. I think I'll put them both on like similar levels. Maybe Cunha slightly above so far. But if he performs, then it is what it is. I think though, TTM, respectfully, I think if you man just play Xerxes up top in the 2 10s you bought, yeah, what's his name? Mbuemo and the other guy, and Cunha, you're chilling. Because Xerxes can facilitate for those two players. And those players are both bagsmen anyway. They score goals. That's your 25 goals right there. So, The problem is the manager doesn't rate Xerxes. That's another guy that just bought for no reason. Yeah, Chelsea fans just beef Chelsea fans. That's right. I hear it. Do you know what I mean? 80 likes, people. Come on, bro. Hit the likes button. Hit the likes. Subscribe to the channel. Come on. Let's not be greedy, man. The subscribe button's free. I don't need anything else from anyone. Just subscribe and hit the like button, bro. Do you know what I mean? And if you want me, because I know obviously the Lee Raid, a lot of people from there are Arsenal fans. If you want me to speak about anything Arsenal related, or there's any news or anything that you want me to talk about, put it in the chat. Come on, you can't be 100 people here, but no one's talking. That's mad. Now you man just preying without, like I said last time, you're looking from the outside in like this through the window, bro. You can be in the room. We're allowing you to go in the room, bro. Just hit the like button and subscribe. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I remember him at Atletico. Yeah, I like him. The thing is, yeah, and I think you said it earlier where I feel like Chelsea fans uniting against Saka in Palmer's first season. Everyone that knows me or heard me knows that I rate Saka to a certain level, and then after that, I don't put him with those players, innit? You get me? Because I've played on the wing, and I've played up front, innit? So and I even played fullback, bro, for a team, because I was like, you know what, yeah, this team needs to defend a bit more. So I ended up playing that thingy. If you and you realize it in recently, yeah, the problem is when it comes to Arsenal fans, they just like the guy who whatever. So if you, let's say, you miss your chances, I hear it. You miss your chance, whatever, cool. The thing is, yeah, they'll keep telling you Saka carried the team, but in reality, Saka has carried the team in terms of goals. Someone like a Hazard used to carry our team because he was literally going from one side of the pitch, getting the ball, running all the way past to the other side of the pitch to assist someone or score. That's what's called carrying the team. Is like you take all the responsibility in your back and you go and do something. You literally do something to change the game like this. Give me the ball, I'm changing the game. You can't tell me that I'm carrying the team by scoring all the time. That's the striker's job. Like, that's a striker's job, not the winger. And I've always said, for me to rate a winger, I need to have a sense of unpredictability from you, but also you need to be like, bro, there has to be some jinky, bro. Like, people call you an aesthetic merchant for that. Yeah, the same people that call you an aesthetic merchant for rating players that have that skill, that beat their man with not necessarily skills, but they beat their man that 1v1. Like, literally they'll beat them, not with pace, because that's different. Because a lot of people beat their man, you know how? Let's pass it to Odegaard, I'll run, and then Odegaard passes it back to me. That's not beating your man, bro. That is beating your man, but that's running. Or you kick the ball forward and you outpace the fullback. That's different. So Saka, the thing with Saka is he has a high level of IQ, and the reason he defends the ball so well and that is because he used to be a left back. I mean, those are the traits of a left back, and you see it with what's his name, Miles Lewis Kelly. He defends the ball well and he does all that thing well. That's more of a left back thing. Wingers just put their body in between, but most of the time they get clipped. I mean, they get tackled, so they have to move the ball on. Do you know what I mean? So what he does, he gets the ball, passes it back. He gets the ball, passes it back. If he doesn't think he can go, he doesn't take the risk. I like players that take that risk. And then you see that when you watch a Lamine Yamal. All the wingers that I watched when I was younger, they took that risk, bro. Whether it was outpacing the winger or they had that flair, that unpredictability. But now the same people that always rated Saka, looking at Dauman saying, "Yo, wow, look at him, he's generational. Oh my god!" And I'm like, "Cool, he's a baller." But I mean, I watched the Brazilian league the other day, and I saw all of them man play like that. Do you know what I mean? However, he is 15, so the level he's playing at now is actually a good level. Like, he's playing at a good level, or it's actually a sick level for someone who's 15. So I understand where the hype comes from, innit? From an Arsenal perspective. I hear it. But at the same time, You can tell that these men have been starved from ballers so long, yeah, since like Alexis Sanchez and that. To now, they all of a sudden they were trying to hype up things that they don't really believe. They don't believe that those players are that good. This is the problem. They don't really believe the players that are that good. Where's Don C? Hopes for Chelsea this season, and what do you think he'll win? I've already I said that earlier. It has to be one or both domestic cups, but that's usually reaching. But we'll get one of the two. Yeah, hopefully one of the two. And then, yeah, I'm not saying the Champions League run because I just think that's stupid. You know I'm saying? I'm trying to win it. If I don't win it, I want to be as close as possible to winning it. Do you know what I'm saying? But I need to go far. Like, none of this round the 16 or we tried and no. But yeah, we have to be there. And yeah, for the league, we have to, bro. I'm trying to win the league, by the way. I think the squad's actually very, very close. And then obviously things can happen in the season. Anyone can fall off, Arsenal or Liverpool, and anyone can do something. So I want to be able to take the opportunity and win the league. If I don't, I want to be like within 6 points. Because I think we can end up second or like third's the lowest, bro. I'm not trying to be fourth. And I think if you tell me if we don't win the league, it will be like Liverpool, City, or City, Liverpool, and then us. I don't think Arsenal is gonna be that close, respectfully. Saka needs. I think Human gonna be fourth in it. Saka needs to be consistent week in, week out. Prem and tournament football, minimum 2 trophies. Facts. This is that's where my thing comes from. He has to come off penalties for the sake of the team, not for him. The problem is that they love the player so much that they want the player to do everything, and it doesn't always work. You can't have your players to do everything all the time. Do you know what I mean? Okay, if someone comes in who takes better penalties than Palmer, take Palmer off penalties, bro. We know, like, Chelsea fans, this is the thing. We like, cool, take him off penalties, bro. If Palmer was kept missing penalties after the miss against Leicester, you know what? It's your time not to take penalties, bro. Who takes... By the way, at the time was taking penalties. You know what? You can take penalties. I haven't really seen him miss a penalty. So if he's good at taking penalties, he takes the penalties. But it's like these man telling you, they act like his name is written on the penalty spot, bro. Only Saka can take the penalties. And you know what's mad? He can play left back right now. He can play left back right now and offer threats on the left hand side that they don't have if they overlap or whatever. He can be the danger man on the left. He can. He can even play left wing, and if they put a right wing, put him right wing, and he can cross the ball into the striker. But whether they do that or not, that's a different story. The problem is that whole right hand side is built for him. It works in a way to help him, and this is what Arsenal fans don't get. They think that he's beating their man when he cuts in left. But that's because Timber or White is dragging that left back all the way out by running, making that run. He's doing the 1-2 with Odegaard. If Odegaard don't pass him the ball, he's running in behind, getting the ball, the through ball. Like, there's other ways that they're allowing him to flourish. And if you look at Salah, he gets similar where he runs in behind and gets that long ball. He doesn't do anything before that. And if everything before that gets done for him, he just gets that ball and he finishes it. Obviously, Salah has a way better finisher and all that. We know that. But what I mean is that I think Saka's from that same mold where they just do a job there. And cool, maybe the more goals you score doesn't mean you're doing a better job. Like, I mean, actually, it does mean you're doing a better job. It just don't mean you're in a higher level. Yeah, I mean, I'd rather have someone that can do their thing on the right wing. It's a proper right winger, born and bred. And it's similar to what you see with left wingers playing up front. Or right wingers playing up front. They can do all the other stuff, but they can't do what a striker does because they just don't have that thing for that position, bro. And until you improve that, you're doomed. Alaba can carry in the league. Cucurella. Man's doing the whole job in the thingy, inverting to help the midfield, and then he's scoring goals, making runs into the box. Like, some of these players do more than they need to do. Dogu is there. Positive signs. Pre-season attacking. Oh my days. A player that beats players messes up open plan. Yes. Big up Graham. I read your thing earlier about being a Spurs fan. Big up to you, man. Everyone's welcome here, bro. I don't care. And yes, that's the thing. Sometimes when you play low blocks, you need someone that does something, bro. And just cutting in, and this is the thing with Saka. He cuts in and he just crosses back post. So from my playing time here, I know the way if you wanna stop Saka, you don't have to even get onto him. You know how they keep telling you there's 3 man on him, there's 2 man on him. There isn't, bro. You just have to stand in between him and the fullback that makes the overlapping run, and you have to get someone that stands between him and Odegaard, whoever that right center midfield is. Yeah, you play with each other, like you block him. You now basically telling Saka, forget about them. It's on you. Do your thing now. And a lot of the times he gets the ball and he finds Declan Rice or someone else, or he tries to run forward and just cross it forward, or he runs into people and that, because that's not him. It's not. He's not a player. He's not looking in behind and seeing all that space and thinking, if I beat this guy, I can get into that space or I can get into this space. And if you play, bro, he plays like he's a 2-star skill player on FIFA. He just cuts in left, couple of step overs. You know when you bring that young kid up from the academy, that's how he plays. But he strikes the ball well when it comes to shooting and actually crossing. This is why he gets his goals all the time. He doesn't take long on the ball and that. He cuts in and he shoots. He takes his chances, innit? And I'm not saying it in like an insulting way or something. I rate Saka for what he is. And this is why I'm never disappointed in him. Like, I'm like, I know what he is. The problem is this. When you come and tell me, oh, Palmer's last season, Saka's better than him, I'm thinking he was one of our only sparks. He literally was. People remember United. He was dropping. I think what's his name? That right back, Dallo, and that in the middle of the pitch running. He was literally running and saying, "Give me the ball. I'm going forward." How can I not rate someone that's willing to get the ball and change the game higher than a guy who's just there on the wing waiting, running and behind, and that it's different. And this is what I said. That cool. We obviously need to see a higher level this season that's coming up. But at the same time, you also need to do better as a team. Do you know what I'm saying? You also have to do better as a team. But if a player from whatever team I support or don't support, or any team from the league, if I believe a player is better than a player that I have in my team, I'll come here and say he's better than the player that I have. I don't care, innit? Whether it's if Palmer was not better than any Saka, I'm here saying he's better. He's not better than Saka. I'll be the first guy saying it. And that doesn't mean because he's not better than Saka that he's rubbish, or whatever. But a certain man, they have to force their player. As soon as it's about your player, my player, oh my God, I'm not having it. He scored this amount in the league. He has this amount of assists. Brother, if you keep crossing the ball in the box, eventually you'll stack up assists, bro. You know what I mean? If you keep crossing corners and going for corners or waiting for the ball to go out for a corner to get a cross in, and your players are literally playing away to get the goals from the crosses, that's how you're gonna win the league. That's how you win. That's how you win. Get your old goal the GAs, and that's why you don't always base it on GA. The winger's job and the 10 has never really been based on GA. It's always been on they basically do what needs to be done, yeah, for the striker to score. This is the thing. Obviously, football's moved on from like the foundations of the way they play, but there's still a way of playing from the beginning. Yeah, he's very clever. And when you say that, oh, he's not, why are you calling him clever? He's not that clever. Like, he's sick and, all right, man, cool, then it is what it is. But this is where the back and forth happens with all these other fan bases, yeah? Because when you start forcing your player down my throat, pause, he's so good, you have to say he's good. I'm like, chill, bro. If he's good, I'll tell you he's good. Declan Rice is another one, you know. You might need to keep an eye on this Declan Rice guy. This Declan Rice, I call him the pie and mash midfielder. The Declan Rice guy, oh my days, bro. I told you, man, before, innit? From the Euros is when I was like, you know what? Nah. Declan Rice is the one they do it to now. Saka, they've turned on Saka in the last couple. When they started seeing Max Dowman, they would tell. I was in an offside chat the other day. Man, were telling us, can you put Max Dowman, Saka at left wing, and Dowman on the right, and Nwaneri in the 10. But Nwaneri is the best player we've seen come up like since, yeah. They were hyping him up, whatever, and rightfully so. He's sick, yeah. But I thought if he can't misplay, like play someone on Saka, if he can't play it there, then who's gonna play there? If in one area he's not good enough yet, or he needs more game time to play there, but he looks the most like complete out of the ones they have up front. Why don't you just play him up there and then you can move Saka in the left, or play him in the 10 and then play Saka on the right? No, but Dauman can move Saka out. But remember when it was the Euros, well, you know what I said? I was with Ian Wright, you know. I was saying people didn't really want to hear it, but really, I know a lot of people just slander Foden and that. But what I think should have happened, yeah, is I think low key Saka was holding them back, yeah. The two right wingers or the 10. Palmer and Foden were low key being held back because of Saka. I think Saka can play left. They should have put Saka left back because we never really had a proper left back that went anyway. Man, they should have just took Tyrell Mitchell, whatever his name is. Just take a left back to play left back. Yeah. You either put him left back, put Saka left back, Palmer and Foden could have been one of the 10s or right winger. So if one's at the right wing, we're 10, or they can interchange. We would have seen so much of him. Man stuck. This. That Foden guy on the left, and then stuck. I don't know. Palmer was holding bench, and I'm thinking, Saka can give us attacking threats from the left, and because we always had the ball against those teams, yeah, Saka would be able to go further forward and actually cross the ball into Harry Kane, and then Harry Kane can actually stay in the box. And then if someone else drifted out wide for him, Saka can make a run and like do the Cucurella thing, maybe like go in the box or whatever it is. Oh, they took that as we were insulting these man, apparently. We were insulting these man about Saka. Oh, how can you put England's best right winger at left back? And I was thinking, oh, come on, bro. That's not how it works. He's still in the team. He's still playing for his nation, bro. We didn't say let him hold bench or send him back home. But that's not what we said. That's disrespectful. Jude's another one. Jude just put him double pivot with the Rice. Remember, I don't know if you like remember when Jude first started playing for England, yeah, he was playing in the double pivot with Rice, and it was actually looking alright. Because remember, Jude likes to go forward. He doesn't mind making those forward passes and that. You know, he likes to take risks. I was thinking, play him there with Rice. But in the Euros, pain, bro, pain. You put Declan Rice with Kobe Mainoo, it looked good. But I think the first game, I think he might have put Declan Rice with... Who did he put Declan Rice in the first one? I think he put Declan Rice in midfield with... I think it was Gallagher or it was Trent. But I remember Trent inverting. I don't remember which one it was. He done one of them and it was like... Trent's already bad in midfield, which a lot of people don't want to admit, but Trent's already bad in midfield. Trent in midfield, terrible. But okay, cool. Maybe if you put Trent, yeah. Because this is the thing. Inverting from the right into it is always calm. But if you invert, what's it called? Man from the right. If you start in midfield, you need to be able to recognize traffic. And a lot of people don't recognize traffic. So that was already paid. Then, the midfield was dying. Because Rice can never do it on his own. And the other guy can't do it on his own. What's his name? The other guy can't do it on his own either, bro. So, what do you do then? So what do you do then? You put someone next to him. We put Kobe Mainoo next to him. And Kobe Mainoo looked better than him in midfield. But then I realized, every time Declan Rice has someone who's better, like a good player next to him, then Rice looks good. Like, because he gets to kind of chill. It's not on him. The initiative ain't really on him. The minute you start to give him the must, tell him, yo, you do this and that, or put him in the 8, he's hiding behind his man. I'm thinking, the guys, you're supposed to be in between the lines so that someone can pass you the ball. Why are you behind the guy? So you're not an option to pass the ball to. And then you start realizing, yo, this is going to be a problem. What is this? That's going to be a problem. And then you're just there thinking about it, thinking, yeah, this is a problem, bro. This is going to be a problem. And now I'm looking at the midfield now. Last season, he looked good with Jorginho. Cool. He looked good with Partey. But then the minute Partey was playing right back and someone else was with him like a Merino, the midfield died. Do you know what I mean? You realize, oh my days, the midfield's dying, bro. And then I always kept saying, just play. Arteta's always been looking for that left 8, which was Serge Xhaka at the time, yeah? Why don't you put Skelly there, bro? In his position, and then you can just slap a left back there, but no. You want to keep trying other things. And that's how they realize their midfield is in trouble, bro. Because they've lost Partey, who's their best midfielder. I'm not talking about whatever. I'm talking about football, yeah? Anything outside the football is not my business. But I'm saying they've lost him, yeah? Cool. They've lost him, obviously, whatever the reasons. He was leaving. But a lot of people are realizing how to beat Arsenal, bro. We've already known that if you just sit back, they can't beat you. Unless they're going to keep crossing the ball. The low blocks, he can't beat. Arteta can't beat low blocks. And they never replaced him. They never replaced Partey when he left. If you look at the timeline, I think one of the main reasons they got Zubimendi was because of Rice. If you really deep it, if you think about it, because when it happened, he realized that he's not good enough. So he's ended up buying Rice. What's this? Let me check. He's ended up buying Rice. Rice has turned out to be, what can we say about Rice? Yeah, sorry, he got Rice, obviously, whatever. He can't do the left 8 job. So what he's ended up doing is having to get another midfielder. That Marino guy, he played him there and then realized he can't do it. So he's ended up buying his body. He realized that he needs someone that can pass forward. Zubamendi passes the ball like this more than he actually passes forward, which is what they needed, but they ended up getting a guy who does the sideways thing. Yeah, which then gives you an idea, because this is the first thing I heard. Yeah, remember they bought him in January, February, whatever it is, coming up to now. He's the Jorginho replacement. But what Arsenal fans are doing is they comparing level of player. So Norgard is not that good. Brentford, whatever. We'll say that he's Jorginho's replacement, and because Zubamendi is supposed to be one of the good midfielders, we'll say he's Partey's a replacement. But if you look at it, they knew Jorginho was leaving, so they just bought him in because they needed someone that can do that role that they need on the left 8, and then or someone that can do what Rice can't do. But they won't admit it, bro. If you think they'll admit it, you're in, what do they call it? You're in for a long day. Let me see, because I just heard something on the phone. Oh yeah, you said that earlier, Dave. Lyon are close to deal worth around 50 million for Liverpool midfielder Tyler Morton. Yeah. Everton bid 27 million for Tyler Diblin. I hear it. So yeah, man, they have a lot of issues, bro. They have a lot of issues which TK, Doncy, obviously Lee and all that have been saying it, bro. But the way these men don't really want to hear about it, do you know what I mean? That's what's gonna end up hurting these men, you know. So, like I said before, you know this whole thing, yeah, that's called, what did they call it? He won't hear must fuel. That saying was made specifically for Arsenal fans. You don't have to hear, bro. You don't have to hear it. From when I seen a baby copy Saka corner routine, the guy's cooked. Oh, you man are crazy, you know. Yeah, let's get the likes up, bro. Let's get the likes up. Come on, people. Let's get the likes up. Come on. That's another one. Why argue with him if you can wait? Yeah, because when you give good advice, you just hate him, bro. You know what I mean? You just hate it. They talk like Saka's hazard. I told man already Palmer was doing up left wing back most of last year. Yeah, and more like right wing back, innit? Yeah, okay, yeah. Okay, this, because remember, I still feel like I'm in this season, not last. I know what you mean. When you said last season, I thought you were talking about Poch season, but I get it. That's when he played more of the left hand side. Yeah, facts. Palmer's the face of the league, you know. It's uncomfortable. Yeah. It's mad, and I'm happy that bro. Listen, on the ball, the thing is, Noni looks a bit. You know what I mean? Noni looks a bit. What do you call it? Unorthodox, because he looks like his feet are wide and that, but he can't actually do his thing. Mons hates the palm of it. Hates that palm as the face. Yeah, he was about to. If he gets Isak, Isak can end up being the face of the league, especially if they start winning trophies. But so far, it's Palmer. Do you know what I mean? It's Palmer. This is why I think getting slept on. Exactly, bro. I think if he can do the job for us, there's nothing for us to be moaning about, because he can actually do a proper job. Do you know what I mean? He has the ability. You just have to give him a direction with younger players. Runs, yeah, bro. This is why I said you can't play Rice in the six. If you play Rice in the six, he's not press resistance. He's not good on the half turn. His first touch is a bit bouncy, and he ends up chasing his touch. He struggles a little bit when it comes to. He doesn't release the ball early, so then he changes his mind and he goes sideways or backwards. And the one thing I used to say about him a lot is that I used to say that he doesn't know that the ball moves faster than the player. If you see him, he will run all the way to Saka and then literally toe poke the ball towards him, yeah, and then run back into the midfield. That's what he does, bro. Right? Just like he got somebody in his boot. How can your legend say play left back as? You get, I think that's how they looked at it. They looked at it as a disrespect, but in reality, he just told man like you could play him in that position. It's not that deep, and I think for that position, for that time, it's not that deep. He's more of you can look. He can be like the Nuno Mendes, man. Yeah, attacking left back. They already have a defensive striker. Play an attacking left back. We can't say defensive striker no more. They've sorted the striker thing out, but England's always more balanced. Yeah, he's played that as well before, and he did well. So I never saw it as a disrespect. Do you know what I mean? If they would like put a player that would, Chelsea's player at left back, bro. If you end up winning the World Cup or the Euros, anyone gonna sit here and be like, why did you play this player at left back? No one cares, bro. It's an honor rating, bro. Yeah, Yash, man, we're still alive, bro. I don't know. I never watched Job as much, bro, but it's similar. They just look like they're box crashers and that. Do you know what I mean? Yo, big up Sam, man. Hope you're doing well, my guy. Come on. Let me tell you. You chat. One of you in the chat, yeah. Put the link in for Sam's channel, innit? I think it's Blancos Talks Football. Talks Ball? I don't know. I don't know, because I'll see so many channels in one day, yeah. If I messed it up, my bad, bro. You know what I mean? If I messed it up, Blancos Talks Ball. I found it. Make sure you sub to him, innit? That's Sam, the Real Madrid fan, bro. I mean, he's finally started this channel. Support the guy, man. This is what we do over here, man. We support each other. And again, big up to Lee as well, man. I need to text Lee in a bit and big him up for the raid as well. These man named Dick is Job and Jude. I told man, bro, these man, listen, I am from Birmingham, bro. Like, these man are from, to be fair though, they're from a place called Stourbridge. That's the outskirts. You know what I mean? That's outskirts. You know what I mean? That's not Birmingham. That's like saying, what's that place in by London that everyone always makes jokes about, saying it's a mission away? What's that place again? What's that place again, man? See, I'm not a London guy. Nah, Luton somewhere else. Like, that's like if you on socials, yeah. Croydon. You know how people say like Croydon's a mission from London, yeah. That's like, yeah, Croydon, bro. Like, that's Croydon, bro. That's outside. That's like towards Worcester, bro. That way. Exactly. That's so it's so basically the way it works is, I think, yeah, even Stourbridge is not even, it doesn't even have like the Birmingham postcode. So it even starts with a B. It's the DY postcode for Dudley, bro. So man, I would tell you I'm from Birmingham, but this time they're not from Birmingham. And Stourbridge is like, because it's a bit countryside this year, it's a bit more like it's where most of the rich people live, innit? That's why they both made it as ballers, bro. That's how you get into academy, fam. You need to be from the outskirts, bro. Your neighbors need to be, do you know what I'm saying? Them rich dons, bro. That's how you get, oh yeah, my son's in the academy. Yeah, come and play with my kids, bro. That's how it works. I'll pause as well before any of your stupid man clip, man, bro. You know what I mean? You never know about the internet. There's always someone watching. Um, Yo, whoever said R. Kelly's crazy. Yo, the R. Kelly name might go platinum this season. Oh my days. Oh my days. Because I got the chat on here, yeah, from the YouTube live room on my other monitor, yeah. It tells me like the current chat, but because I didn't move this when I was talking, I was trying to make sure I go through everyone's chat. And I didn't see this bit, you know? I didn't see this bit, you know? That's crazy, bro. You deserve a timeout for that. But you're my guy, so we're not giving no timeout. You know what I mean? But we'll take it. Marino better striker. But this is the thing, because like the Spanish dons have what's it called? Because the Spanish dons got they got tech in it. It's almost natural that they have a bit of feet and all that. All you have to do is tell the guy, listen, whatever, do this, release the ball early, whatever, da 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 da. Cool. Those are players that can adjust in almost every position because they've already got the whole. They have the ability. That you just have to be able to tell them, okay, cool, I need you to do this, this, and that. But when it's systems like Arteta's and that, proper like rigid systems and that, it's a bit different, bro. If Diblin ends up at Everton, yeah, he was someone that was linked to you, man. Time, I thought you were gonna get him because he was like English, cheap or whatever like that. But Graham, yeah, I know. That's one of the things that I've also mentioned. You lot keep crossing the ball, and this is why if you go back to yesterday's loss, yeah, for what's this team called again against Tottenham Arsenal. Tottenham is an example of a manager coming in, implementing a system or something, and seeing where it ends up going, and also you're seeing beginnings of a way he wants to play, or he might be adapting the way he plays just for each game, right? Now, Arsenal just reverted to last season's football, and I said this, yeah. Yeah, if you really deep it in terms of like what you're doing in the league, yeah, it doesn't make sense because you're supposed to see a difference. And people kept telling me, "Oh, we do. It's only pre-season." If that was me, yeah, and I was in this situation last season where we cooked on the potch, died on the league, but it's the opposite way last season where we looked trash in pre-season, yeah. But you can see that Maresca's trying different things. He put Mudryk right wing, which was weird, but we didn't mind because he's trying things, and it is what it is. Part of our fan base lost his mind, but they do that all the time. But for me, it was like, listen, let him practice, bro. If he plays complicated system, possession-based football is hard to get used to in the beginning anyway. But once it starts to get a bit difficult, is when you start seeing it's not working in the league, similar to, let's say, an Amarim, whatever. Like, okay, cool, you're playing your way, but it's not working. But it's like with Arsenal, all you really want to see as an Arsenal fan right now, if I was an Arsenal fan, is that the manager's trying different things, or that guy to work up front. What's his name for Gyökeres? Is he trying to do different things for to see if he can slot Gyökeres in when he puts him in? Is he trying to play a different way? Is he playing more on the ground, or what are the tactics that are changing? Because remember, we kept saying they have to adjust to Gyökeres to make sure they get the goals. What are the ways you're changing it to? If they lost 3-0 against Tottenham yesterday, but you could see a difference, I would have been happy because I'm like, okay, you know what? It's not happy losing to Tottenham. It's pre-season. It doesn't matter now because I have bigger things I'm looking at. I need to be able to play well in the league. But for me to see that they're still playing the same way in the league in pre-season, that tells me that he's gonna play the same cross ball thing, whatever they wanna do in what was it called? Baseball, football, and that. You know what I mean? Cricket and that. That's what they're gonna play next season. You just have to keep hitting the ball with the bat, and it's going six. I forgot what they called the other. What's it called when the ball goes all the way out? There's a word for it. I'd forgot in cricket. I've done because I don't watch cricket, but I worked there once when I used to be a security guard. But yeah, the ball keeps going out, and they're happy, bro. Just keep crossing the ball. That's not gonna work for you, man. Not when Liverpool's strengthened the way they are. We've strengthened. City's strengthened massively. You know what I mean? You could be left behind, bro. It's dangerous out here. Yo, Newcastle just getting rejected, bro. This is like the down period, fam. You know what I mean? They keep getting rejected and that. But don't worry, man. Arab owners, this is the thing about Arab owners. They don't take disrespect. Regardless of what it is, they don't take disrespect. Unless it goes so badly with Isak and they just move him on because it's just too much headache for them. Bro, they would rather let him go for free. They would rather let him go for free or don't just put him on the bench and move on from what they're doing. The problem is Newcastle's also a little bit in trouble now because every player they're trying to get is looking at Newcastle thinking, but all these other men rejected you. That what is it that people are rejecting? Why are people rejecting? They don't know that simply there's other issues or whatever it is. But we'll see what happens with them, innit? Yeah, but when you do YouTube, you have to have a choice. Either you just troll people left, right, and center, or you just be honest. What annoys us though is that obviously I have friends that are Arsenal fans. Some of you man in the chat that are Arsenal fans. You man ain't seen the league, whatever. As a Chelsea fans, I don't care. I'm happy. It's funny, but it's like if you're my friend, like Northside, yeah, he's my guy. That's like my brother on YouTube, innit? That's my guy. I can't. Every time I see him, his team's not doing well. Man, he's looking at me lifting Club World Cups and that, and he's one of the good ones. Lee as well. All of them and them, Rashid and that. They're all there. Just their team was just doing them dirty every season. And they got man coming, and then it's the same people that are trolling them are trying to troll my club. You get it? It's a weird one, yeah. But at some point, you're like, bro, just give them a Carabao Cup. But to be fair though, me and Prime was talking about this, yeah. Just if maybe you know what, maybe if Arteta wins a Carabao Cup this season, or like one of the dead trophies, like one of the other trophies, yeah, that might buy him time, innit, for him to see out phase 10. Cause I'm trying to see Arteta here in phase 10 with no trophies, bro. Cause I said he won't win a trophy up to phase 10. So actually, I want to see that. I want to see that. You know what I mean? I want to see that to the end. Why argue with the Arsenal fan when you can just wait? Now, man, Diblin, what type of player does Diblin morph into at Everton? Ahmad over Saka. As footballers, yeah, 100%. But Ahmad still, I think, needs to play more. I want to see him more regularly, and I don't really like seeing him in that wing back position, bro. I think he can cause more danger further forward, bro. I ain't trying to see someone like Ahmad just running up and down the wing all the time, bro. Do you know what I mean? And this is why I'm looking at your club. Just get a proper right wing back, bro. Put Ahmad in the right 10 or something. But then you put Mbeumo up front, Cunha on the left. This is the thing. This is when you start looking at how would you put it, or would you put off the bench? All these different options, innit? Ahmad's right wing back's crazy to me, bro. Big up, Sam. Yeah, not for everyone. I thought he had hat tricks, This is why. That's how I know I don't really think about it so much. I thought he had many hat tricks, but it turns out he doesn't. I think it's sad that when the guys told were something, John Stones were better than him 6. Yeah. Why do you think he can play in the 6? Why do you think Pep was putting Stones in the 6? Because he's always been good with his feet, calm on the ball, and that he can play him in the 6. Rice, he can play at West Ham from the 6 because remember they used to play on the counter, so he can get the ball and run, or just go back and he's always sitting up front because remember they're always defending, so they don't always have to be. There's not that much space around him. But when he went to Arsenal, he can't make those runs because they either they playing against a low block or he's playing kind of on the counter, and he gets to do that once in a while. And I think he done it against Bournemouth or something when he ran half the pitch. Yeah, even Noni has a Premier trick. Oh my lord! If he only had scored a few goals, yeah, he would have been calm. Well, Jackson has the energy, and you need to replace. I agree. Werner was weird because he was bagging. Now he doesn't bag. Whereas Jackson, hopefully he improves that. And guys can play centre back their whole career and still look better in the 6 than Declan Rice. Crazy work. Get Aiden Heaven in the 6 because just want to see something real quick. Yo, the fact that they sold you him, was it 1 or 2 million? Is crazy. Crazy. Big up Sam. Yeah, big up Sam. I can't lie. Yeah, Croydon's a mad thing, innit? All I know about Croydon's, I've driven through it when I was going somewhere else. Lee got his ex-wife and daughter there. They've gone out to dinner. They are chatting. He's stressed. Who? Okay. They've gone out to dinner. They're out chatting. Okay. They with him in it. Okay, yeah. He was in Madrid. He was chilling. Kudus was treating Skelly a little. Bro, remember West Ham? He done in West Ham as well. Got him sent off. He can't handle it, bro. And Skelly don't look like he can like fully defend. He can do a job, but he can't defend. Like not like a proper left back. Which is why they already got the structure. They just need to have someone there. Which is why it don't make sense. Play him where you need to play him, bro. Yeah, Kudus willing to fight. He got the elbow unlock as well, where he kind of tries to run into you and that. Paulinia, man. Paulinia. Northside dropped the video about not getting Paulina, bro. You know, once I end the stream, yeah, go make sure you check that out as well. And I've also dropped the Here We Go to Hato. So if you man haven't watched it yet, once the stream ends, if you got a bit of time, give that a quick watch as well, innit? I can't like sell Newcastle if I was them, man. Nah, it's not that deep, you know. Newcastle, I think they can. Newcastle is a weird one, bro. Weird one. The Amandi Stavely and that guy that left here, they were doing everything they can. I don't know why they sold their shares and dipped. I don't know. But either way, if you watch the documentaries and that, they were doing their thing. But all of a sudden, things are not looking good. But Arabs owners are willing to put their time in and everything to sort whatever it takes to get sorted out. This is the thing. They're not in it for the money, really. This is the thing. The Arabs are never really in it for the money, bro. Do you know what they're like? They're not like the Cronkies and the Americans where they want to come in and be like, when they show you their financial, like, what's it called? They're like, not the CV, but the thing in the portfolio. Look, man, I got the Chiefs and I got this and that. No, they will tell you, listen, man, look, Arsenal, you know, yo, you got Arsenal, you own Arsenal. Oh my days, because businessmen, the billionaires all have money in it. So now you have to start flexing what you have. It's not just about how much you have of something; it's what you have in it. I got an island, I got a house, I got this. Do you get it? So this is what they do. So now when you come up and say, "Yo, I own Arsenal," most people know what Arsenal is. So oh, you own one of the biggest football clubs in the world. Da 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 da. Cool. That's all they care about. So they want the club to keep ticking, yeah, by itself. So they don't have to put money in it, and that's it. Newcastle and the Arab owners, they're willing to dump as much money in it takes because they want to. When they go to the other billionaires, they want to say, "I got the most successful club in England." So it kind of goes, even though it's a bit of a bragging, right? It goes hand in hand with what we want is to be the most successful club, for example. Yeah, I think eventually they'll sort it out. I think that the problem for them now is just that Newcastle fans just have to be not necessarily calm, but they have to let the club get the players that they need. At some point, you also have to upgrade on this. You have to start bringing in players, bro. All they need to really do a few crook things, but I can't lie, bro. Yeah, I don't know, man. Just find a way, inject some money into the club or something, bro. Because that guy Mike actually done them dirty, bro. Held them back for years, and they trying to keep getting a bit more money in to be able to do that. But obviously, when we start going in for the same players that they're trying to go in for, and we're in Champions League now, which makes it more difficult for them because we're in Champions League, something that we didn't have, and why Alicia and all the players they want to come, but now we have what they wanted. It's a problem. I can't lie, it's been so long that if Arteta wins anything below a Prem, he's getting cooked. No way you man did 5 years for a Carabao Cup. Yeah, but you don't get it. They cooked either way if they don't win. But if they win a Carabao Cup, them are gonna say at least won a trophy. Maybe next year he win another trophy. He might get a couple of years in it. Cause me, I know he ain't winning anything, so it don't matter, bro. You can add whatever you want. You can add Haaland up front. You can add, I don't know, Lamine Yamal on the right. He'll probably be a bench, but he'll be back up for Saka anyway, bro. So it don't matter. Do you know what I mean? Even Russia ain't bagging a hat trick in the league. He ain't bagging no hat trick. I hear it. It's mad, you know. Some of these players ain't bagging no hat trick. It's crazy. Listen, we got 464. Yeah. Listen, we still need how much? 36 subs. You know, we need 36 subs, bro, to hit 500, bro. Yeah, and if I message Lee and I say to him, he's gonna ask me, "Yo, how many subs you got now?" And if I say to him, "I ain't hit 500," it's gonna be disappointed, bro. Don't let Lee down, bro. You man are usually a world class chatter. I know there's 58 watching. Come on, people. If you haven't subscribed, come on, hit the subscribe button. We're always interactive with everyone, bro. It's not always an Arsenal slander day or anything like that. I like to have real conversations of what I think, and also if you have a different viewpoint, let me know, and we can just, and I'm saying we can go back and forth in the right way, and not a beef thing, bro. Even Rashi ain't back the hat trick. Yeah, man, there's a lot of players that ain't back the hat trick. It's not that. Sometimes you think that certain players have. Did Rashi not bag a hat trick against Arsenal in his debut? Was that not a hat trick? Yeah, TTM, you're right. You're right. And I think because the whole squad's doing well and getting through games, people are forgetting what's actually happening and the things that can go wrong, and it's a problem. Now the problem with Saka is one thing. How is he gonna come back from his injury, bro? That's gonna determine what. And he's not looking good so far in preseason. As in, he doesn't look like he's 100%. But if he is, they're gonna need him, bro. They're gonna need him. Um, yeah, man. Come on, people. Hit the like, subscribe to the channel. Come on. Newcastle was the brother who downloaded 10 and got one match. Yeah, he probably did. Has he? Yeah, they got Ramsdale on a loan. That's the match, but then all of a sudden it disappears. It disappears. You look at the chat, and then there's no one in the chat no more because it's gone. Spurs just signed a woman named Kim something, a kind of super agent. Commercially, she was in a Rangers City takeover. Yeah, and I think Amanda Staveley was one of them. She was like trying to get the whole takeover thing done at the time of a club. I don't remember, but yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's it, TTM. Yeah. Yeah, but because it's on loan, we can't say it's 100%. What if we actually started an Arsenal slander podcast and made sure to never invite Arsenal fans to the panel? Oh yeah, if you did that, where you just cuss like laughing at everything, bro. So imagine like who would you say is like the not most hated, like who do you think are like the Mount Rushmore of Arsenal slander? I think X would be in it. X would definitely be in it. Yeah, because after that PSG song that he made for them when they lost the yeah, Lewis, obviously Lewis. I don't know how I forgot Lewis. Lewis X. I don't know, man. Yeah, Lewis and X. I'm trying to think. Mons, you probably have to. Nah, Mons don't hate Arsenal like that. Hussam, don't worry, man. Hussam soon. Me and Hussam, we spoke when he was trying to support Arsenal. Yeah, Rance as well. When he supported Arsenal the couple years ago, he wasn't supporting Arsenal. What I mean was that he was when he was thinking Arsenal can win the league. That's what I meant. Yeah, before someone says I said he supported Arsenal. No. When he was saying that Arsenal would win the league, or he believed Arsenal win the league, and I think is actually true. I think he genuinely believed it. It wasn't a trolling thing. He in my like he was thinking, he was telling us at the time, me, Abdi Hassan, that how you man like not hating on Arsenal, like how you man so hate, like why you always hating on Arsenal? Why do you not believe that they can do it? But now he's actually started to see the real. You know what I mean? Now he's looking at the Arsenal fans turning on him and saying that his team ain't good enough, and it's part of what happened last season where they said that Liverpool falling off, the squad's not good, da, 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 and now they're seeing that it's happening. It's crazy. Yeah, but yeah, because X is such a entertaining personality that they even if you're a rival, you end up watching him. You just hope you don't cut your team because he's so funny, innit? So it makes sense. Yeah, you're right, Graham. Um, Max can be in it. Yeah, but I don't think he hates Arsenal. Like, yeah, he hates Arsenal, but yeah, you can say so. You can say so. Other than that, that Joe's brother must come through. Douglas Diaries, you know what I mean? Man like Douglas Louise, yeah, big up to him, big up to George, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's. I don't know. I don't know, but I think like some of us are just like, we're just real, innit? You just need to be honest, bro. If you're honest, there's no issues. I can't lie. Yeah. You see, when I went to Rance's watch along that day, and he had the shades on, the French looking shades, with oh, that killed me, bro. And then also conceded in 3 minutes. Crazy. That okay, yeah. The whole what's it called? The whole Douglas Luiz thing comes from you know the transfer show Saeed does in the morning. We got that from them, innit? We got that from them there. Because they were talking about Douglas Luiz and people started saying whatever. What did I used to call him? Like, but no, Jay. I've called Jay. What have I called Jay? I've called Jay Madonks, innit? I used to call him Madonks. No, he don't really like it, but it is what it is. It's like Madonks, innit? Um, he subbed on Ben White for Timber, but Timber's getting cooked, bro. Timber was good, and then it turns out he was injured. So, just one of those things, innit? Man said, I went to the shops and lost my zoo. He left it on the desk. He left the zoo on the desk. The shopkeepers got it, bro. Who does AJ look like? There's countless number of people who looks like AJ. Are you talking about Somalian AJ? Like, wasn't uncensored, whatever his name, officially uncensored. That AJ. He looks like Lescott, bro. Yeah. He looks like Lescott. He looks like Lescott, bro. Yeah, you can say Delph because he got the egghead in it, but he got a bit of hair and it's a bit like up there, so Lescott would do in it. Make sure you hit the likes, people. 50 likes. Come on, 50 likes target. We've had 465 people here and only 45 likes, 45 likes. Hit the like button and subscribe. I like Troops. You know what it is, yeah? Big up Troops, yeah. I'm cool with Troops. Of course, big up to him, yeah. I've been watching him for years. I don't know, man. He sometimes gets carried away, though. He thinks his team. If you watched him this morning with Saeed, you know, innit? The minute sometimes he feels like he has to defend the club, innit? He won't take any slander. But if that's where your team's at, that's where your team's at, innit? Like, there's nothing you can do about that. There's nothing you can do about it. I remember when him and Hamza, the preview for City, I was slapping you, like, we're slapping you, like, and I'm thinking, that's City, bro. They don't afford Pete. You can't do that. I know you're probably doing it for sure, but they ended up drawing the game, and he was like, we got the result. You know what I mean? We got the result. We only need the result. And I was like, nah. Yeah, hit the like button, people. Come on. Let me refresh this thing, yeah. If I'm not at 500 subs, I'm gonna tell Lee you lot are moving fraudulent still, I can't lie. Yo, it's stuck at 464, There can't be. There's 56 people watching us. No, and there's only like the same people that are in the chat, which means there's a lot of people looking from outside the window. You know what I mean? Outside the window. Come on, bro. Show the people some love. You know what I'm saying? Show us some love, people. Press the button, subscribe to us. And subscribe to us. And I'll probably have to change the title anyway, bro. Man only done a little Isak. We only spoke about Isak, bro. The rest was just football chat. You know what I mean? It can't be about I can't say forget about Xavi Simmons, bro. We're not talking about this, bro. You know what I'm saying? Xavi Simmons, I heard that it was close to an agreement or something like that. We'll pattern it, innit? We'll pattern it. We'll pattern it soon. So we'll see what happens in that aspect. Yeah, man. Well, let me see if there is actually anything to. There can't be any news. It's Friday evening. Ben Jacobs and that. Apparently, Al Hilal. What's it called? Al Hilal. Al Hilal have Darwin Nunes family on their radar. Yeah, they can have him on their radar, but they have to buy him. Discussions between Al Hilal and Darwin Nunes camp are still ongoing. They open for permanent sale. All right, not sure. All of these men are bringing like Telefluers and what the Grizz and that Grizz Khan. They all got Ben Jacobs on their channel now to interview him about Isak. Okay, 2 hours ago, more on Alexander Isak. Liverpool say no second bid plan as it stands. Yeah, but this is the thing. They keep saying as it stands. In an hour. What time would that be? 8:30, 9:30. Um, I don't mind innit, but I need to check this real quick. One sec, because I need to step out the house in like 5 minutes. Let me check something real quick. One sec, touchline. Yeah, don't leave. Um, more time if you can do it at. What can you do 9:45? You know what? Message me in it, touchline. 9. I reckon I'll be home at like around 9:45. Calm, yeah. We'll do that then. We'll do that then. Yeah. Well, I was reading something real earlier, but then I saw touchline's chat. Bid was 110 fixed with no add-ons. Personal terms, no problem. Liverpool with optimism this morning, but Newcastle response was so quick and strong. Another bid's currently not in the works. Yeah, but when they say as it stands, that doesn't mean it's off. It doesn't mean it's off because maybe they'll think about it. And in that tweet, even though we never checked it, yeah, they ended up saying they said something crazy like what did they say? They didn't like the way Newcastle reacted when they've put the bid in, which means they could have said something mad. But then they said, as it have no plans as it stands to bid again. But then it says, regarded as futile, and unless Newcastle change their stance and contact Liverpool. So what they basically can do is they'll just keep quiet, keep quiet, keep quiet, keep quiet, and then all of a sudden, what they'll do is when Newcastle starts realizing, you know what, we might have to sell, yeah. Do you know that embarrassing thing? We have to pick up the phone in it and ask your mom for money. You have to call your friend and say, yo, bro, I need some money. You know? That's what they have to do. They're gonna have to end up calling Liverpool if they have to end up moving him. So it's gonna be mad, bro. I don't think it's ended yet. I don't necessarily think he's going. I can't guarantee say that he's going, but there's a possibility, bro. Of course, it's one of them ones where you've tried, you maxed out the credit card and that, and now you need to ring someone because you never got paid you never got paid by the thing, innit? Never got paid by work, and now you're scrambling, blood. Wasted too much money on weed. You know what I mean? Should they just paid your rent, mate? No gambling and all that. You know what I'm saying? Now you're scrambling to get a bit of money. It's funny, can't stand up supporters, but in streaming world, I like Lee Said, Troops, No Side Rants. You know, these men are all like my either favorite or the YouTubers I watch all the time. And Wavy Nash, TTM, we basically all watch the same content creators, bro. You know what I mean? We're all on these channels. Yeah, Rants I've been watching for years. Lee I've been watching for years. Saeed, like the Twan Zabi moments, and that if you know about those moments, I'll actually watch that live. I never watched that on the replay or clips like some people have. Northside, do you know what it is, TTM? You know how I found out about Northside? Do you remember when remember when Jada Pinkett wrote that letter to Tupac or something? Remember when that thing was coming out at the time? That's when Northside had a show, weekly show or something on Rance's channel. Yeah, and he'd come on, just lose his head. Yeah, that's how I subscribed to those side. Yeah, and I started seeing his streams pop up on my thing. If you know, you know. And he started popping on my thing, and I started seeing it. And then one day they done this show where him runs like a like a West Ham watch along or something, and then they lost and they lost it. Or bro, I remember that. So this is like that's how I got into his channel. And I've always kind of wanted to do like streaming and that, but I always felt like I can't be like, yeah, yeah. When he had this footy talk, and then I'm like, bro, I can't. And then what started happening is like, oh yeah, one day I'll do YouTube, and one day whatever, whatever. And then the more I started seeing people, you know what it is? The Poch era got me into this YouTube thing because I started to get annoyed the way people were telling man like, just give this manager time and give this manager time. If Poch gets one more season, we'll be good. And I'm like, bro, he's ruining our investments, bro. The type of injuries that these players are getting, we will not be able to see this in the future. Troops, I knew about Troops from the AFTV days, yeah, because I'm 27, yeah, and that wasn't that long time ago, innit? So it was like, just the Wenger out times. I remember seeing Troops on Facebook, bro. The clip went viral on Facebook, the whole thing, the interview. I never watched him, and then later I found out about Troops. And then he actually knows that I used to watch his content from his word on the corner. And like I remember when he first went to Barstool Sport on a holiday when they went to their preseason tour. He went there to see the Barstool people, and then later on he ended up joining. Like, I watched all that, and he had that ham roll, the week show, and all that. I watched all of that, bro. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The thing is, yeah, like you man see me, and you never see me lose my head. Maybe on the watch alongs, but some of you haven't actually seen me on watch alongs on stream. Because you've joined like beginning of the transfer, like summer, like when the season kind of ended, yeah. And by the end of the season, I kind of stopped doing watch alongs because I never had time to be here. So I used to be on Lewis's channel, yeah. I kind of do still go on Lewis's channel because it's a bit more. I'm with other people and that, innit? Because I was sticking around, like there's 3 people watching me on his watch along, yeah. And the only people that I know are pulling up, yeah. Devante, TK, and that pulling up, laughing at me because Sanchez made a mistake and the old dip. That's what was happening, bro. I was thinking, nah, I can't do this no more. But I don't lose my head, bro. I do like a little celebration and that's it. Because the walls in my house aren't like the thick concrete walls, which means that if I shout down, because my window's open, everyone can hear me, bro. And I'm not one of those people that likes to, like I don't like this noise pollution thing. I don't like making too much noise. But at the same time, there's a lot of us that actually like content creators that are real, like honest, and they tell you their viewpoint. Whether you agree with it, obviously, it's a different story. But as long as you feel like you can relate to this person and the person's honest, you're willing to watch the content. And I'll be honest though, there's a lot of people, the same way like a TTM found out about me, or Baby and Aj, and some of the people that we were in the same chats together, and then you found out on content. There's so many other people that I work with that don't actually have a lot of subs that are, I wouldn't call them generational talents, said it. I wouldn't call them generational talents, but these are people that would bring out so much good content if they were able to. Because, bro, right now, I've just basically finished work, went to meet my mom and that, come back, and now instead of watching a movie or watching a bit of the F1, like what's it called, the practice sessions, or doing anything like that, I'm on stream. Do you get me? So this is one of those things where, and bro, until you hit this 1K 4,000 watch hours, which looks like it never moves in its life, you just have to drop the content. But what I love the most about dropping content is the people I've met in it doing it. Obviously, like I think 3-4 weeks ago, I was at Northside's house. Yeah, we linked up. I met with Rashid. I met Aaron as well, and all these other content creators. Obviously, I'm cool with Lewis. I met like Joey, like then Mons. I met Mons randomly on the street. Like, yo, I don't know if Wavy Natch and TTM, you man both watch Back Again, yeah? I think around, I don't remember what it was, but there was one of the Mondays where, this is like probably a year ago by now. There's one of the Mondays where there was no months. Not recently, this is time ago, yeah. And I looked at Back Again, I was like, this is long. You know when there's not a lot of things going on, so like it's not as funny or you're not really looking forward to it, but it's lit. Okay, cool. I was watching it. I was at work, so I always watch it because I travel, whatever. I'll go through on trains and whatever to get cars and then drive them in it. So my phone's always on in it. So even if sometimes people don't see me in the chat, I'm actually just listening to it like a podcast, bro. That's what we're doing. So man's driving. I dropped the car off, end up on the bus. So what then happened was I ended up putting my, I ended up checking my phone. So I'm watching Husam's talking about this player was good on whatever, whatever. So I jump on the train, get off, jump on this, you know, those little trains. Like, I don't know what it was, bro. It looks like them trains on like Drayton Manor and that drive around and the kids are in them. Like one of them, because it takes you like one stop to a different side of the train station, like of the little place, innit? So imagine I'm sitting down on my phone watching these kids are running around. It was a school day, innit? And all I know is, yeah, I look left. I look left again. Monster's sitting right next to me, you know. I said, yo, Mons. He goes, what? What are you saying and that? Da, 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 whatever. And he was like, he recognized me and he recognized my name, but we never really done anything on camera at the time, yeah. Because he was like, I said, that's my name in the chat kind of thing. And he was like, oh, that's you, da, 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 da. I was like, yeah. And then I said to him, he looked at my phone and he saw me watching Hussam. He's like, he's even watching Hussam and that. I was like, yeah, yeah. And then I was telling him, he's like, yeah, I had to go London, whatever, blah, blah, blah. That's why I went on back again. But even me and him spoke, and I was like, listen, you need to chill on Chelsea, because that's the thing. He was cussing us throughout the season, yeah. So it was literally, it must have been the Poch season. I was like, yo, you need to stop cussing us, bro. You're always cussing us. You're onto our club. Leave our club alone. Do you know what I mean? But it was one of those things where I used to call him Malasia, innit? So he was like, yeah, yeah. I told him, listen, I'll chill on the Malasia, be chill on our club. You know what I mean? It was one of them ones. But nah, he's from my side, innit? But what's it called? He goes to London a lot because I think his cousins and that, and he also does those jobs where he goes to London. I think so. Yeah, it must have been offside TTM because I've seen you on the show sometimes. But yeah, this is why I think, yeah, there's a lot of us that you see that when sometimes you watch a show and you see certain people on there and they tell you to sub, like let's say because I got a show with Deji, um obviously Northside, Deji, Sunshine, and Omar, yeah. If for example you see those people on there, sometimes and you like what they say, do or whatever it is, you subscribe to them. Trust me, sometimes when no one else is live, earlier, because no earlier when I looked at my phone, yeah, just about when I went live, the only people that were live was Catch, big up Catch and SB, yeah, and who else was live? Jay. Those are the only two that went live. But I literally went live. I scheduled my live literally half past, and Lee went on. Lee went on just on that time, but I kind of like I was waiting for my intro in it, and that went on. So, and then I went to Lee on my phone. I was like, "Yo, big up Lee and that," da 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 da, and I just dipped. But it was one of those things where you might all of a sudden you listen to a Barca fan, oh this guy, and then you like his content the same way you got into other people's content. And to be fair though, people are so nice. Like in the community, the way all the people that I've met, we work together and that nice. Husam's super cool. I've met Judge Mo. Judge Mo is proper nice person. But these man got the Arab gene in it. It's like the no patience, whatever. This is why Hussam sometimes says wild shit. It's just the Arab, the way people vent, in it. That's one of them ones. That's how they do it. Nah, Hussam's my guy. This is the thing. Hussam is it's just the way he does it. You know what I mean? Monts is funny, but yeah, but this is what I'm saying. To each their own, innit? Some people think it's rude and but thing is though, the people just there always bombarding him in the chat. Hussam gets so much hate for like minor stuff, bro. Sometimes and this is the thing, sometimes when you believe something, you have to see it to the end and then you realize you were wrong. Do you get it? And he's one of them people, yeah. And waving eyes and that knows. At the end, he was like, you know what? Chelsea's actually good. When we beat them, well, we never beat them actually. When we played them at Anfield, he was like, "Yo, listen, they were good, bro." Do you know what I mean? But those people, what's his name? Jay said it. Yeah, but that's because they never had money, never spent money. They never had the money that they spent as a club, so they used to hate on us for that. And then, what happened? And then now they're spending money. They know how it feels to be us. As in them being the ones spending it and people having a certain viewpoint on them for spending that money. Does that make sense? Whereas before they never had that. So now they're kind of getting our viewpoint. Oh, they were just laughing at us because just never had the ability to spend. So now they get annoyed. And we also kind of ruined their childhood. So he's alright actually. Bro, remember your TTM? Remember when you man got beat 7-0 and he came on, bro? He was cooking, you know. Cooking, man. I said, I don't care what you think. The flawless, bro. The Zubi meltdowns. Yeah, bro. And a lot of people think he's negative and that blah blah blah. But in reality, when he's winning, everything is right. He never expected him to be where he was when it comes to where his club is, and they've built on that instead of going downhill. He expected, yeah, to maybe win the league last season and then this season actually go downhill if players started leaving, and it looked like that. But they've recovered, mad. They're spending the hard and everything. So yeah, man. But trust me, I think Husam's one of them. Hooks is one of them as well. Yeah, Hooks is proper nice. Oh, he helped me with the channel as well. I mean, he promoted my channel and everything. Northside, bro, of course. And Hussam was one of the first ones, bro. Literally, probably the first one. Him and Hooks were the first one, and then I jumped on the whole YouTube thing later. I'm talking about Hooks as a person, bro. Hooks football takes haram, bro. Some of his like football takes and deflections and telling people he's gonna punch up Newcastle. You know, them ones punch up Newcastle and then his team got punched. So it's one of them ones, isn't it? But yeah, free-minded, big up, man. Much love for pulling up in it. I'm gonna end the stream soon anyway, so listen. Since Lee raided me, I have to act like Lee, innit? One sec, guys. Let me go to the toilet. You know? No, I'm joking. But yeah, man. Listen, here we don't have no like beers and that. It's just the rival tears, and I have a bottle of water in it. Do you know what I mean? I usually drink the lemon one, but do you know what I mean? Yeah, you know the chat's gonna kill me, bro. Oh, he's gonna do it. So yeah, man. Hooks is funny, whatever. But the Top Gun allegations. The one person that I've struggled to like, because occasionally I see the good side of him, but then he just annoys me, bro, is Igao, bro. He seems like a nice guy. Everyone's telling me that he's a nice guy. Northside's met him, he told me he's a nice guy. But when he starts talking football, bro, you get me? Ooh, I seen that video with his dad the other day when he brought his dad on stream, and man are telling him, yo, you gotta sit down and learn from your dad. So, you listen, it's mad, isn't it? Ty is different. Ty is just on whatever in a spectrum or something, whatever. Like he's on his thing. He's old, but he still feels young. Like he's on the young thing where you know the kids that no, my club's better than your club, man. That's what he's on. Like that's him. But what's his name? Igao? I think he needs that. He needs that 10 years. He needs 10 years of not winning anything, and that's probably when he reaches a certain level where he's like cool. And then with United, you have the other guy in it. He's becoming like the next guy, yeah. The Guna Souls guy. The one that said Havertz is better than Gyökeres. He's the next guy. He have some balance, but top mutant, bro. High level mutants, bro. Yeah, Babs, I don't like him, bro. Man tried to come and tell man tried to tell Northside, you wanna deal with it? What did he say? He tried to threaten him, you know. Like Northside one punch man up, bro. What did Rand say? Send this chin to Pluto or something. Yeah, bro. Some people just they run their mouth on the internet, bro. Do you know what I mean? It's one of them ones. I heard about him the other day. Yeah. So you know you're talking about, bro. Man said that Flawless pressed him, you know. Big up Red, man. Big up, bro. Make sure to subscribe to this channel as well, man. Another Arsenal fan. Now above this sound. Make sure you hit the likes button, yeah, and subscribe to the channel. We're trying to hit 500 subscribers. I've been live for 2 hours and 18 minutes right now. Yeah, I don't watch any of us. Yeah, I've never watched it. I don't even watch the Big Six like that. I tried. My guy Zil was on it before when Bayern played Arsenal. I watch it sometimes. I see clips, but nah, man. Because usually, even when Big Six is on Lee's live or someone else live, and then I'll just end up watching them. They want to call him Jigglypuff. Yeah, that's crazy. He watches Babs here. Yeah, listen, there's a reason Wavy Night's asking, you know, man, time you man out. You know them ones. 3 Dave, come home, lad. One time, he timed him up for 10 seconds, you know, Dave. I swear that. Yeah, that's funny. I was thinking, why did Dave disappear from my screen? He got timed out. You know, he got timed out. Yeah, that's funny. I can't lie. But listen, people, big up to you all. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate every single one of you for pulling up. It's been an amazing stream. Big up to Lee for the raid as well. And you know what?
This is easily the most organized buying section I've ever done. Link below to download the Opera browser.
Oh my days, bro. This thing, bro. I tried to see. Yeah. Oh, Rashid and Hooks are live right now with my guy Northside. Yeah. So let me put the link in the chat since we can't redirect. You know what I'm saying? YouTube, you know, we got YouTube for no reason, bro. We can't redirect. You know, them ones. So I'm gonna put the link in the chat. Go over there, say YASSERTV raid or indirect raid because it's not actually a raid. You know them ones. It's not actually a raid. Yeah, the ad was running, innit? And obviously because it plays the thing, you can hear, you lot can hear it as well. So I clicked it and it was lagging. I'm thinking, don't lag, bro. Just pause. Yeah. So just make sure you go over there, hit the likes, tell him it's YASSERTV raid. Do you know what I'm saying? And thank you for every single one of you being here. Make sure you're liking, subscribing. You're back, Dave. You're back. I can see you, bro. Yeah. Make sure you're liking and subscribing. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Do you know what I'm saying? Come on, people. Let me put the link in the chat. I'll put it here again. Make sure you're liking and subscribing. Like I said, I forgot to put the link. I pasted the link, but I never sent it, bro. See, tiredness. Yeah. But listen, big up to you all. Big up TTM, Wavy Nudge, Dave, JJ, and the rest of the chat. Yeah, love for all the love, and make sure notifications on, people. Yeah, so you see the videos, mate. Yeah, notification on. Peace though. Yeah, peace.